went out of some photos. While the Aam Aadmi Party continues to play a victim card, BJP has questioned its links with Khalistan.
मैं उनकी इस प्रोब का स्वागत करता हूं। अरविंद केजरीवाल का इन आतंकी संगठन से पुराना रिश्ता है। आपको ध्यान होगा 2017 विधानसभा चुनाव जब पंजाब में हो रहे थे, तब भी अरविंद केजरीवाल खालिस्तान लिबरेशन फ्रंट के नेता गुरविंदर सिंह के यहाँ रुके थे। तब भी ये पिक्चर वायरल हुई थी। तब भी हमने कहा था कि ऐसे लोगों के यहाँ जाना जो देश को तोड़ने की बात करते हैं, एक सूबे को अलग करने की बात करते हैं, ये देशद्रोह का मामला बनता है।
Let's now take you through some of the allegations that have been leveled against the Aam Aadmi Party. And let me also tell you this, viewers, Aam Aadmi Party says these are baseless allegations. Allegation number one. According to the Lieutenant Governor, he's received a complaint. The complainant is in Republic Studios. He'll be joined in a short while from now. The first allegation is that the Aam Aadmi Party, led by Arvind Kejriwal, received about $16 million. This is coming in from Khalistani groups between 2014 and 2022. Second, in the United States of America, particularly in Gurdwara Richmond Hills in New York, there was a meeting that took place between Arvind Kejriwal and a few other Khalistani leaders. Leveling this allegation is Dr. Munish Kumar Raizada, who's joining us in the studio. Thank you very much, Dr. Munish, for joining us on this broadcast. In a short while from now, Ashu Mongia, who also happens to be the other complainant. There are two complainants in the case. Both are joining us in the Republic Studios here right now. Mr. Raizada, you say that there was a meeting that took place inside a Gurdwara, Richmond Hills in the United States of America. What are the details that you can provide? Because you are, after all, an Aam Aadmi Party member, suspended back in 2015. And the allegation that has been leveled against you is that you are disgruntled.
Oh, not at all. See, I started my sport. I moved to the United States in 2003, and I did my fellowship and training in pediatrics and neonatal medicine, and I was comfortably placed as a medical doctor there. So 2010, when the Anna Andolan, India Against Corruption started, I started participating in that. And then on my own will, thinking that India will see Vyavastha Parivartana, overhaul of the system, I joined Aam Aadmi Party. I and many people like us joined the Aam Aadmi Party thinking that, they will bring some change in the system. But in 2014, when Arvind was visiting Columbia University, so that time this meeting took place.
You were present?
Absolutely, I was there, but I was not part of the closed door meeting.
So there was a closed door meeting back in 2014?
Yes, there
Who was present in the meeting?
It is very difficult for me, it's 10 years now.
So how exactly would anyone accept the allegations that have been leveled by you and your colleague Ashu Mongia?
See, I have been saying that, no, he's not my colleague, first of all. Let me explain this.
The complaint makes a mention of the fact that not only just yours, but Ashu Mongia too has leveled some charges. So hence I'm asking you this question. If you were not present, if you were not an eyewitness to that very meeting, how exactly are we to accept that Arvind Kejriwal did actually meet Khalistani leaders?
There was a closed door meeting. I was not taken into that meeting. So there were a couple of meetings where I was present. But I don't know who was sitting in those meetings. This is 10 years now. Very difficult to recollect. But then after that, the meeting, like the address, he addressed the audience, the congregation there. Then there was a closed door meeting and I was not there. He was hushed into that.
So who else was there? Which Khalistani leader are you referring to?
See, it is, as I said, it is almost 10 years now. Very difficult to recollect. And people are sitting there. It's very difficult to...
So on what basis can an NIA investigation be ordered by the Lieutenant Governor? Because the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi is relying on the evidence that has been provided by you and Ashu Mongia, who's going to join us in the studio in a short while from now. We'll also take that question to him. But on what basis would anyone believe that Arvind Kejriwal had a meeting? If it's a closed door meeting, you were not eyewitness to it, how are we supposed to believe that?
So first of all, like as I stated, circumstantial evidence points. If you look at the trajectory of Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal has always been hobnobbing with Khalistani, that concept. he has never critically announced that he
that's being analytical.
That is one thing. That is one thing. Second is that when we came into power, when I was a part of Aam Aadmi Party in 2015, as soon as we came into power, Sanjay Singh and one of the closest friend of his, I was the NRI co-convener of NRI cell, but I was never asked to go to Canada. I'm sitting in the US, but I have never been asked to go and attend any meeting in Canada. But who is going from India? Sanjay Singh and a close friend of him, who is a journalist and part of the Aam Aadmi Party at that point. So these are the things which need explanation. And in that meeting, and allegation I did not make. The terrorist Pannu made the allegation that they have been paid.
He could make any allegation that he likes. Gurpatwant Singh Pannu is someone that one shouldn't actually believe in anything, because all that he cares about is his own self-interest. So how do we really believe someone whose only single point agenda is to break India? Are we now going to take any evidence from a man called Gurpatwant Singh Pannu?
Good. So has Pannu, whose only agenda, as you said, is to break India, has he made any allegation on any political party? There are more than 4,100 political parties in India. Has he made any allegation on any political party? No. And second is that when he's categorically stating, I'm not saying that you believe him. What I'm stating is that it should be investigated. It must be investigated. Because why Sanjay Singh was going to Canada again and again? Why that journalist?
That could be for anything.
Of course. But the point is that Canada is the hotbed of terrorism, Khalistani terrorism on the earth.
Right.
Canada is the only place. And then there are reports in the media that Khalistani sport has been getting in for
Dr.
the
Munish, I just wanted to stay on with us, as we are also joined in by Ashu Mongia. He's also the other complainant in this particular case. Ashu Mongia, we've gone through your complaint. Now, in this complaint, you say that $16 million, आप कहते हैं कि $16 million आम आदमी पार्टी को मिला है। जी। आपके पास क्या सबूत है? क्योंकि इस पूरे दस्तावेज से कहीं पर ये नहीं पता चल रहा है कि आखिरकार आप जो दावा कर रहे हैं वो कहाँ से आ रहा है।
मैंने जो कंप्लेंट दिया है, मैंने उसके साथ में एक पेन ड्राइव दिया है, जिस पेन ड्राइव के अंदर में वीडियो है जिसमें गुरपतवंत सिंह पन्नू खुद एडमिट कर रहे हैं कि हम लोगों ने उनको इतना पैसा दिया, $16 मिलियन जो पे किया है आम आदमी पार्टी को। जब भगवंत मान और अरविंद केजरीवाल उनको मिले भी हैं, वहाँ जब पेमेंट दी है। आप एक
सवाल मैं वापस ये कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि डॉक्टर मुनीश को भी मैंने ये सवाल किया है जी। आखिरकार आप ये कह रहे हैं कि गुरपतवंत सिंह पन्नू के वीडियो के तहत आप एक दावा कर रहे हैं कि एक मुख्यमंत्री को खालिस्तानी लिंक्स है, इसके अलावा आपके पास कोई एविडेंस नहीं है। आप
मुझे एक चीज बताएं, मुख्यमंत्री के खालिस्तानी लिंक है। अभी राघव चड्ढा की कुछ स्नैप्स आई थी, परिणीति चोपड़ा जो ये लोग गए हुए हैं बाहर, आई का बोलने के जी
आप कहते हैं कि पेन ड्राइव है, पर पेन ड्राइव में क्या है?
पेन ड्राइव के अंदर तो अभी देखिए, मैं हर चीज को तो खोल के नहीं दूंगा, वहां पर अभी एनआईए जांच।
पर आप कह रहे हैं कि गुरपतवंत सिंह पन्नू के अलावा आपके पास एविडेंस है।
आप मुझे एक चीज बताएं, अभी तक इंडिया की कौन सी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ने सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी को अरविंद केजरीवाल के अपने लेटर हेड पे, चीफ मिनिस्टर दिल्ली के लेटर हेड पे साइन करके राष्ट्रपति को जो लेटर भेजा गया भुल्लर को छोड़ने के लिए कि भुल्लर को रिलीज,
भुल्लर की बात अगर आप करते हैं, भुल्लर की वही पिटीशन को लेकर शिरोमणि अकाली दल ने आम आदमी पार्टी के मुख्यमंत्री केजरीवाल पर आरोप लगाया था कि रोकने की कोशिश की जा रही थी। साथ ही साथ उनमें कई और भी जो प्रेजेंट टर्म कर रहे थे, उसमें भी कई और लोग थे, अथॉरिटी में कुछ और लोग थे, उन्होंने रोकने की कोशिश की भुल्लर की रिलीज को लेकर। तो आप कैसे कह सकते हैं कि भुल्लर की रिलीज के लिए वो मांग कर रहे थे?
उनका लेटर है ना अरविंद केजरीवाल का, वो तो प्रूफ है। और एलजी साहब के पास भी लेटर है, बाकायदा मीडिया में एलजी साहब ने वो लेटर दिखा दिया हुआ है, आया हुआ है मीडिया में, पब्लिक डोमेन में वो लेटर रहेगा कि जो लेटर दिया गया केजरीवाल के थ्रू किसी और पार्टी ने दी। अब भी आप देख लो, हमारे इंडिया में इतनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है, किसी ने नहीं दिया, इवन कांग्रेस ने भी नहीं दिया हुआ, जिसके लिए ये लोग बोलते थे। शीला दीक्षित के लिए अरविंद केजरीवाल बोलते थे, इतने बड़े बड़े डायलॉग बोलते थे, मैं लोकपाल लाऊंगा, भ्रष्ट है, ये भ्रष्ट है, तो उनके पास गोद में बैठ के उन्होंने भी नहीं दिया वो लेटर टेररिस्ट को छोड़ने के लिए। तो सिर्फ अरविंद केजरीवाल ने दिया लेटर, और अरविंद केजरीवाल ने लेटर दिया। अरविंद केजरीवाल, आप एक चीज बताओ, यही शराब घोटाले में भी यही सब चल रहा है उनका,
ये चलिए, आप ये कह रहे हैं शराब घोटाले के लिए, बट हम सवाल ये करना चाहेंगे,
बिल्कुल।
Munish, I want to bring back the focus on this entire thing, because here you also make a mention of the fact that there was certain substantial financial backing that the Aam Aadmi Party has received, and you are, after all, a member. You were a member of the Aam Aadmi Party. What financial backing are you talking about?
See, when Aam Aadmi Party was formed, there was a significant outpouring of sympathy, support as well as financial aid.
You were there in US at that point.
Yes, I was in the US.
And what was your role?
There was significant amount of donations coming in.
From where?
From the US, Canada and so many other countries. People across the globe were donating to Aam Aadmi Party. And the significant difference, like when, as you mentioned that, when I was suspended, my only grouse was that why we are deviating from the principle of transparency, financial transparency. Because Aam Aadmi Party still claims that each and every donation, each and every penny donated is shown in the public domain. But then in 2015, Aam Aadmi Party withdrew that list. It hid that, the list of donors from the website. And that is where the friction started. I said
You're saying there was a deliberate attempt to hide where the money was coming from? Who exactly was paying the Aam Aadmi Party?
Without any doubt.
Where did the instructions come from?
Arvind himself decided this.
So was there a direct conversation between you and Arvind Kejriwal?
No, not on this.
Then how do we believe you?
No, the point is that a party which claims that we will show each...
Dr. Munish, you need to understand this.
Yeah.
You are making a sensational claim. You are saying that a national party like the Aam Aadmi Party was deliberately hiding where the money was coming from.
Right.
And you were aware of it because you were a member of it and you were in United States of America. You were responsible for the collection of the money.
Yes.
Then in that case, who gave you the instruction not to reveal the names?
What I am saying is that whatever donations were coming, they were coming to Aam Aadmi Party, not to me. And that then I was not channelizing it. Aam Aadmi Party, that means Arvind Kejriwal decided to hide the donations, not me. That is the point. Aam Aadmi Party stated in its beginning, its inception, that we will show each and every penny donated. And then out of a sudden in 2015, after coming to the power, they decide that we will hide the donation list. And that point, because we were in power and so much support was coming from Canada also. And then the leaders from here were going to Canada. So if you if you collect all these points together, you will see some sense in this.
Who exactly were you in touch with in the Aam Aadmi Party? And if at all you had a grouse, did you air it?
Of course, I did. I wrote letters to Arvind Kejriwal. I tried calling him. He did not answer all these pointers. And then we went to Anna Hazarezi, and then we started. We, the volunteers of Aam Aadmi Party, started Chanda Bandh Satyagraha. No list, no donation. That means if you don't show the list, we won't donate to you. This was the outcome of that. Aam Aadmi Party deliberated hid the donation list so that they can. And another thing, Sean, the onus of proving or showing the transparency lies with them, not with me. They decided to hide the donation list. So they are accountable and they are answerable to that, not me.
आशु जी, आपके ऊपर सवाल ये उठाया जा रहा है कि आखिरकार आप बीजेपी के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, और इसलिए सवाल इसलिए भी आप कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आपके पास कोई ठोस सबूत नहीं है। आप गुरपतवंत सिंह पन्नू के कहने पर कि एक वीडियो जो सोशल मीडिया में कई महीनों से है, उसको लेकर इलेक्शन के बीचों बीच आप एक सोशल मीडिया पे लगाया हुआ एक वीडियो एक ऐसे इंसान के ऊपर जिसके खिलाफ भाजपा की सरकार ने कई सारे आरोप लगाया है, केसेस चल रही गुरपतवंत सिंह पन्नू के, उनके ही ऊपर, उनके भरोसे पे आप एक कंप्लेंट फाइल कर रहे हैं।
आप कुमार विश्वास भी इसी पार्टी से थे। कुमार विश्वास ने भी ये खालिस्तान वाला इशू उठाया था। आप आज भी YouTube पे कुमार विश्वास का चेक कर लीजिए, आज भी वीडियोस अवेलेबल है जो खालिस्तान वाले एपिसोड पे अरविंद केजरीवाल पे उन्होंने उठाया था। पहली बात। दूसरी बात रही कि मेरे पास अगर ठोस सबूत नहीं है तो वो NIA जांच होगी, प्रूव हो जाएगा। मैं सबूत मेरे पास है या नहीं है, वो कोर्ट के अंदर में हम लोग खड़े हैं, हम लोग भाग नहीं रहे। एक चीज। दूसरी चीज, अगर अरविंद केजरीवाल या इनके
आप भाजपा के कहने पर नहीं कर रहे,
ये कह रहे हैं कि मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी
से, आप भाजपा के कहने पर नहीं कर रहे, क्या ये आप
मेरा अपना संगठन है। मुझे आप एक चीज बताइए, अरविंद केजरीवाल के एक क्या बहुत सारे एपिसोड्स हैं जिनके ऊपर में धीरे धीरे मामले खुलेंगे हम लोग तो, और फिर सिर्फ अरविंद केजरीवाल के कई जगह पे हम लोग कंप्लेनेंट है, तो उसमें ये थोड़ी है कि सिर्फ भाजपा के कहने पे कर रहे हैं और
ये वीडियो
हम लोग एजेंट नहीं है।
ये वीडियो नई नहीं है, पुरानी वीडियो है।
एक सेकेंड,
तो आज आप क्यों फाइल कर रहे हैं?
आप, मैंने आज नहीं किया हुआ, मैंने 1 अप्रैल को फाइल किया हुआ है कंप्लेंट, और जब मेरे पास आया है, जब मैं देख रहा हूं सामने में, मैं तो उसी समय करूंगा। अगर मेरी नॉलेज में आज आप कोई नया इंसिडेंट दे दो या कोई भी दो, चाहे वो किसी का भी है, लेकिन मेरी नॉलेज में आज आ रहा है तो मैं तो आज दूंगा कंप्लेंट।
मैं वापस आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा, दोनों से पूछना चाहूंगा। So you both are basically leveling an allegation against a sitting chief minister of receiving funds from Khalistani groups based on just one man called Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. Yes or no?
What I simply stated is that when this allegation came out, in last 10 years,
So yes or no? Are you only basing it on this, or you have something more to it?
Something more.
And you are willing to give it to the court,
Absolutely.
to the NIA?
Without any doubt.
You are still not revealing the fact. What is that evidence that
It's
you're
very
talking
difficult at this point, but the point is that...
about? You said you're not being able to recollect.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
how are you essentially saying
See,
that you have
if-
something more to do?
Yes, if I am shown the evidence, then I can say, yes, this is true or false. The point is that 10 years back, I met some random people. You know, I did not know that whom I am going to meet. They were present there in the meeting, which I did not recognize. And also, it's very difficult to recollect. But if someone shows me, okay, can you identify this person? And then if I know that, okay, this person is this now, yes.
आशु जी, आप पर भी ये सवाल कर रहा हूँ वापस।
हम लोग
सिर्फ गुरपतवंत पन्नू के कहने पर आप ये आरोप लगा रहे हैं, आपके पास कुछ और नहीं है?
बिल्कुल मिलेगा, कोर्ट में देंगे। और एक चीज और, मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं आज, मुझे आप एक चीज बताइए, हम लोग, ये देश चलेगा संविधान के मुताबिक, हम लोग चल रहे हैं हमारे संविधान के लिए, संविधान के मुताबिक। हमारे देश के संविधान में आप एक चीज बता दीजिए, किसने सीएम को पावर दी थी कि एक टेररिस्ट को छोड़ने के लिए, कि टेररिस्ट के लिए?
पर वही मैं उसी पे आपको कह रहा हूँ कि शिरोमणि अकाली दल तो कहते हैं कि वही शिरोमणि अकाली दल वही आरोप लगा रहे कि अरविंद केजरीवाल ने रोक दिया था देवेंद्र भुल्लर की रिलीज को, रोकने के पीछे सिर्फ अरविंद केजरीवाल का हाथ है।
और वो जो लेटर अरविंद केजरीवाल ने दिया है राष्ट्रपति को, वो लेटर गलत है? आप मुझे ये बता दीजिए, राष्ट्रपति के पास जो राष्ट्रपति भवन में लेटर गया वो गलत है? अरविंद केजरीवाल का जो ये है ना, मींस डबल स्टैंडर्ड वाला काम, वो सही नहीं है कि पब्लिक को कुछ और दिखाना, इधर कुछ और दिखाना। राष्ट्रपति के पास आप एक लेटर भेज रहे हो, वो लेटर तो ऐसे नहीं हैगा कि किसी ने, कोई भी बच्चा आया, उन्हें सीएम का लेटर बनाया, सीएम के लेटर हेड पे अरविंद केजरीवाल के साइन किया और राष्ट्रपति को भेज दिया, ये तो नहीं है।
Seeking clemency for a terrorist does not make any sense for a political party which is bound to the constitution.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Bunesh and Ashu Monge, for joining us on Republic TV. Remember, whether at all this is going to stand the scrutiny of the court or not is something that one will have to wait and watch, keeping in mind that the case has already been forwarded to the National Investigation Agency and the Ministry of Home Affairs. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. We'll be back with more exclusive news tomorrow at the same time.
3 phases down, 4 to go. Is Muslim quota the 2024 centerpiece? And is Ram Mandir back in the election campaign narrative? 2024, which way today? At 7:30 p.m. Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
Hotel Management with AI. Join International Institute of Hotel Management.
चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Digital India is marching in full swing and with high spirits to achieve the target of digital democracy. Some sectors like auto, real estate, fintech, and electronics are fueling this growth. The drivers of growth will be recognized at the Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards. Nominations open now. Stay tuned.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
In just a decade, India has transformed into a digital powerhouse. From classrooms to clinics, farms to finance, digitalization is revolutionizing every aspect of life. To celebrate the makers and shakers behind Digital India and India's phenomenal digital yatra, Republic Business is delighted to bring its inaugural Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards.
Em ordem, agradecer, presidente, a sua vinda pela segunda vez aqui. Não sabemos ainda quantas aqui teremos, porque agora que nós vamos conseguir contabilizar, chegando em lugares que estavam inacessíveis por deslizamento, localidades submersas. A gente ainda, infelizmente, tende a ver esses números aumentarem muito.
Eu queria que ele visse, coloquei todos eles no meu helicóptero que eu vim para cá, que era que a gente pudesse ter uma visão um pouco do significado da enchente junto com o governador. Então eles viram o estrago que a chuva está causando, não é que já causou, está causando a cidade de Porto Alegre, o estado do Rio Grande do Sul.
Thank you for joining us on 2024 Which Way Today. Abhishek, 3 phases down, 4 phases to go, but one listens to the campaigns, especially we're sitting in the newsroom, the subjects that are raised, the controversies that you hear from the speeches, and you know exactly what's going to happen maybe in the next 4 phases, or at least the direction it's going to take. And we're looking at 2 big subjects. You want to talk about it, Abhishek?
Well, we do, of course, Niranjan, but what is important is today, if you look at it, by the end of the day, the polling is over, half the election is over, more than half the election is over. Votes for almost 300 seats have been canned. And essentially what this means is half the general election 2024 is over. Today, of course, like every day we do, we are focusing on stories that are going to have impact on how you, the viewers and the voters, decide who is going to be coming to power on June 4th.
So, should we just quickly talk about the 2 subjects or the 3 subjects we're looking at today, and that gives you a broad idea of how this election is going. Let's look at the subjects one by one, and those are the 3 subjects. Muslim quota card, the biggest talking point.
Right.
And the Mandir conspiracy. One thought that after the Ram Mandir inauguration, the Pran Pratishtha, it would go out of the narrative. It
should be put to rest.
It should be put to rest. But it's still alive. It's still alive.
Every day.
Every day. And there's no bail yet. Which way is that going for the Aam Aadmi Party? We'll talk about these 3 subjects. We'll look at that closely with our experts in our studios today.
All right, friends, story 1. That's the Muslim quota card. Remember, Lalu Prasad Yadav in the morning said Muslims should get reservations, and that's going to be our story number 1. Our focus on what this means. Is polarization the game?
And the second focus story in our studios this evening. There's an insider who claims that in the Congress party there was a discussion on how to overturn the Supreme Court decision on Ram Mandir, and he says he's been in the party for over 2 decades and he heard it firsthand. And you have then a leader called Radhika Khera makes an allegation yesterday, that's on Monday. She says she was targeted within the Congress party over Ayodhya, over visiting Ayodhya, over posting pictures of the Ram Mandir, and she's joined the BJP today. So Ram Mandir continues to be in focus. Ayodhya has changed the campaign narrative. It's back in the speeches, back in focus.
And the third one, important one, developments taking place in the top court of the country, topmost court of the country, which is in connection with the bail for Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal, who continues to be Delhi Chief Minister, by the way, and his bail is on the ground that as Chief Minister or as the top leader of Aam Aadmi Party, he needs to campaign. Interesting thing is, should campaign be an argument for getting bail? Is common man's rights lesser? That's the debate.
Okay, we have 2 panelists live with us in our... It's a freewheeling conversation. Abhishek Sudhir is a political analyst, used to lean towards... Okay, let me just say...
Oh, that's very clear.
He's clear. He's anti-BJP. He's anti-BJP, clear. Deshratan Nigam, advocate, and he usually leans towards the BJP, right? But let me start with you, Deshratan Nigam. The Muslim quota card, right? You look at how the BJP is utilizing it. The Prime Minister speaks about it in every campaign. The Home Minister, speaking to Arnab in that interview, also spoke at length about the Muslim reservation. But I want to ask you a question. What are you going to do about, for example, say, Chandrababu Naidu? We know it's being used for the campaign. It's good. It sounds good in speeches, Muslim quota, because your core audience is the right wing. You're looking for the right wing vote, the Hindu vote. What are you going to do about Chandrababu Naidu? Chandrababu Naidu is saying he will bring in 4% Muslim reservation.
See, that may be a political maneuvering on his part, but I don't think he'll be able to do it because he's a part of the alliance, NDA alliance today. That I believe will not be possible. I mean, he may be catering to his personal vote bank that he thinks might come to the...
But he's an ally?
No, he's an ally, fine.
And that puts the BJP in a bit of a quandary.
Yes, certainly. And that clarity has to come within the NDA alliance that they all must speak in one voice instead of speaking in different voices.
So it's a campaign mistake?
I won't call it a mistake. Probably within Andhra Pradesh, it may, suit Chandrababu Naidu, but at an all India level that we are talking about, I don't think it's going to fructify. Even otherwise, as a lawyer, let me tell you, this is constitutionally not possible. That discrimination on the basis of religion cannot be permitted. So till now, the issue has not yet been decided by the Supreme Court.
Okay, Abhishek Sudhir, then why do political parties, particularly the Congress, and today we have Lalu Prasad Yadav, keep batting on Muslim quota when constitutionally at least 4 or 5 times in the last decade? From the Andhra Pradesh High Court to the Supreme Court and back to the Andhra Pradesh High Court, they have said no Muslim quota, no reservation on religion ground.
See, Deshrata Nigam is a lawyer. He knows very well that there are 22 subcastes in Gujarat, 22 subcastes of Muslims in Gujarat who get OBC reservation.
It's in Karnataka as well.
In Karnataka as well. In Gujarat, 22 Muslim subcastes. In Madhya Pradesh, 27 Muslim subcastes. In Uttar Pradesh, 2 Muslim subcastes. Teli Maliks and Muslim Kayas. In Assam, Manipuri Muslims get reservation. The Prime Minister of India...
Let me make my point.
Let me make my point.
You will, but
he should answer on
they're Muslims or they're backward.
I'm answering that.
They are getting reservation as backward class of citizens. Now, the Prime Minister says, मंच से कहते हैं, जब तक मैं जिंदा हूँ, मुसलमानों को हम आरक्षण नहीं देंगे. आपके गुजरात में 22
he didn't say Muslim. He said no reservation. He said no
grounds of religion.
On the grounds of religion.
But Muslims who need reservation, like a poor Tiwari or a poor Pandit or a poor...
Like a poor Ghachi?
Yes.
Like Prime Minister Modi comes from the Teli community.
So you agree with that?
Hindus and Muslims, Ghachi,
don't
Hindus,
personalize.
Ghachi, Muslims both get...
Don't personalize.
No.
Don't personalize.
He says he's OBC.
The concept is...
He says he's OBC.
No, Deshrata Nigam. The concept is, Nirajan...
Muslims get reservation in India, yes or no? It's a simple... Yes, they do.
No, not for Muslim. Not for Muslim, for being deprived.
But they are Muslim.
Let me answer that. The reason out here is they are being classified as OBCs. It is not given on the ground of them being Muslims.
One second. Deshrata Nigam is getting too technical. Okay, before you get technical as a lawyer, but don't get technical, Mr. Nigam. Don't get technical. No, our show is about 2024. Which way today? Okay, today the BJP has made Muslim quota the focus in every speech. Is this going to continue until phase 7?
Yes.
Will it pay dividends? Simple.
Yes, simply speaking, when you make the entire Muslims in Karnataka as OBC, it smacks of the fact, even Ashrafs, which are very well developed.
Only Chaparband Muslims in North Karnataka.
No, there are about 18 castes. It's not one.
You see the sentence?
No. But the latest order of Karnataka government, I believe, includes everyone.
But isn't the Prime Minister lying when he says Muslims don't get reservation?
No, not on the basis of religion. Not on the
reservation.
No, because as an OBC.
No, he is not saying. No, Abhishek, don't twist.
That's a straightforward question.
Abhishek, don't twist.
That's a straightforward question. Do you support Muslims getting reservation on the basis of backwardness?
See, I may have a personal view on that. That personal view is there is no caste in Muslims.
Yeah.
We all know that. Now, when you say you believe in the caste system, at the same time you say that your religious texts call it a casteless society, then there is a dichotomy in their own demands. Either you believe in your religious scriptures or you don't believe in your religious scriptures.
They've been in power for 10 years.
So
you
therefore,
had 10 years to amend the central list and remove Muslims from the list.
Maybe it can be done in the third term. That's what Prime Minister is saying. Not allowed.
10 साल नहीं किया अब करेंगे.
क्यों नहीं करेंगे? Deshrata Nigam, can it be done?
See, anything, and there is a possibility. You cannot deny that possibility.
The RSS is lies, See, won't accept. Why are you giving, if Muslims converted to Islam, why are you giving them reservation?
Are we on some other channel?
When they've converted to Islam,
please don't.
Converted to Islam,
it's not a debate, it's a freewheeling conversation. It's okay. It's not a debate, it's okay.
I'm not used to, interjecting.
Go ahead.
So the fact remains that India is a land of immense possibilities, and we have seen 370 going away. We have seen 10% EWS quota, which nobody imagined. So therefore, everything is possible, and let us be very clear on the subject. Those who don't deserve should not get it. You can't include everybody as an OBC.
Abhishek Sudhir, in the first term, you said 370 is not removed, but it was removed in second term, right? So now you're saying in 2 terms, the Muslim reservation issue is not settled.
We are not making
Maybe in the third term it would be settled.
Opposition is not making an issue. Prime Minister is making an issue. If you're making an issue,
Lalu made an issue.
Listen, you had 10 years to remove Muslims from the central OBC list. You have not done it in 10 years.
Maybe
you want 5 more years to do it?
Maybe third term. What's wrong?
This is
But Lalu has made the issue
See,
today.
they have nothing other than Anti-Muslim rhetoric is all the Prime Minister has. That's
What
all
is
he
Lalu's
does.
rhetoric?
Everything.
Pro-Muslim, vote bank
Do a
rhetoric.
debate on income. Do a debate on income redistribution. Do an economic debate on that.
But Prime Minister is doing that.
I'll tell you. Abhishek, in Karnataka, right? They speak about 4% Muslim reservation. And they have Muslim castes involved, included in the list of OBC reservations.
The entire one.
Right, yeah. Wait.
It's Karnataka list.
No, wait.
It is double chalk.
There is a reason why the BJP picks it up, and it's on a platter for them. I'll tell you why. In Karnataka, the state government gives out funds, right? Allocates funds. There was actually a fund allocated for Muslim areas. For Muslim areas in the middle of Bangalore, in Bengaluru. There's a fund that's kept aside for Muslim areas, and they actually issued a press release on it. Obviously, the BJP will hit that for a 6.
So
right?
today, when Lalu made that comment early in the morning,
yeah,
and the 14 seats of Karnataka that went to polls today, all of them are BJP strongholds in the sense that all 14 in 2019 were with BJP.
Yeah.
You think this is going to be a play today in the Karnataka?
Maybe
polling?
that was the intent. Maybe that North Karnataka will. I mean, these issues are very. In North Karnataka, it does work.
You're from Karnataka.
Yes,
I'm from Karnataka.
Yes.
We both know the issues in Karnataka.
Yes.
Polarization did not work in the assembly election. It's not going to work in this election.
It is not
It is
a
the
state
Congress's
election.
guarantees versus the Modi factor. That is the fight.
It's a national election.
It is a national election. The Modi factor is a factor, but the Congress's guarantees have worked for the last 1 year. The free bus rides have had a huge impact in Bangalore. You run a Kannada channel. You know that you cannot wish away the Congress's guarantees. People want money today. People want benefits today. They want free bus rides today. They don't want Amrit Kal in 2047. They want their lives improved today.
People don't want Amrit Kal in 2047. They want a free bus ride today.
Because they can work and participate in the labor force.
Free bus ride today.
5 guarantees that they gave, they have been partially implemented. Whether it was kind of an allowance to the students, they said they'll do it in 2024 and halved it also and still not paid to anybody. So there are all those 5 guarantees are mostly on paper. And then they said they will give 200 units free, but they put so many conditions. So many conditions.
I want to know what
Let me tell you, so many
what
conditions they put for free electricity for 200 units that it ultimately comes to 30, and then they increase the electricity fares also. So those guarantees are merely on paper, and people have seen that.
Can we more or less agree that it's an election narrative? It's an election narrative. Should we go to the second subject, Abhishek, because we have just about 10 minutes left?
Yeah, sure.
The second subject. Okay, let's switch the subject. And today Akhilesh Yadav said that Ram Mandir is not an issue. It's not an election issue.
Ram Gopal went further and said that Ram Mandir is
useless, right? Now, in the last few days, you have comments like that, and then you have Radhika Khera. She may have timed it to that switch to the BJP. You can say whatever, right? But Mandir is back in focus. Ayodhya is back in focus. They've raised it in the election campaign as well. The Prime Minister spoke about it. Home Minister spoke about it, right? Radhika Khera, and then you had that comment by Acharya Pramod Krishnan, saying that the Prime Minister raised that as well. That in the Congress party there was a meeting after the Ram Mandir decision by the Supreme Court, and they planned to overturn it if the Congress were to come to power. Now, he says he has details of that meeting. Do you think it happened?
Is it really possible? Can
possible.
the Congress party do a Shah Banu on Ram Temple?
Of course not. How is it possible?
I mean, does the Congress party realize the price it paid for Shah Banu?
No.
That was roughly the time when the Congress's electoral downslide started.
Who are you? Quoted Radhika Khera, Acharya Pramod Krishnan, Gaurav Vallabh. See, the game plan is simple. Visit Ayodhya, take a photo, then quit Congress, join BJP, put the photo in front of Ram Lalla and say, I'm in BJP. Then
simple.
One day they will send you to Republic, then they will bench you.
No. They went to all channels.
Nobody said we invited them. But let me structure the
Radhika
question.
Khera is benched now, no future.
No, the question is, it's not as simple as that. Or it's not as flippant as that. Listen, Acharya Pramod Krishnan, Arjun Modwadia, Gaurav Vallabh, Rohan Gupta. And Gaurav Vallabh was sort of the face of the Congress party when it came to economic issues.
They don't see a future for themselves in the party.
So was Radhika Khera a face.
You are admitting that the Congress has no future?
No.
He just said it.
These individuals don't see a future for themselves in the party.
But so many.
Let me
that is their choice.
No, there is a pattern. Who supported Khalifa's movement in the 1990s? It was the Congress. Who agreed for division of the country? Who abandoned Hindus when the Noakhali riots took place or Mopla riots took place? For the Congress. You see the chain and pattern. Even today, they called saffron terror. Therefore,
so essentially, what he's saying is
bringing
that calling Ram
back.
No.
Jinnah's grandson was one of the biggest funders of Jansan.
No. But he never subscribed to Jinnah's ideology, by the way. But what is important is, you're talking Nusli Wadia, right?
Nusli Wadia.
But he never subscribed to Jinnah's ideology, for God's sake.
Jinnah's grandson is funding a Jansan.
No, it's okay. No, the question is that is attacking Ram temple or distancing from Ram temple part of the continuum of the appeasement politics of the Congress party and the India
It's not appeasement. I'll tell you what. There is one point.
Just one second.
Okay, first you and then him.
You know, the Prime Minister going after 3-4 months to the Ram Mandir, they boycotted the Pran Pratishtha, we all know that. What stopped the opposition in this 3-4 months to go and visit Ram Mandir?
Why should they?
They didn't.
No, what do you mean why should they?
Why
shouldn't they?
That was the point.
No. But that's messaging.
That was the point which
not
has been
going to the
highlighted
temple
by the
itself is
Prime Minister by
messaging.
visiting the
In this
Ayodhya.
election,
Obviously, you might agree or disagree.
See, there are Hindus.
Abhishek and Abhishek. Small.
We have had a Kapoor and Kapoor.
Abhishek and Abhishek.
But
Wait. In Raebareli, before nomination, Rahul Gandhi does a puja. In minority-dominated Wayanad, before filing nomination, he doesn't do a puja. Why?
Obviously,
It's messaging, boss.
Point is, it's not as if Prime Minister Modi gets a third term. Are you telling me Hindus are not voting for the opposition? Of course they are.
Yeah.
Now, there are a group of Hindus who feel uncomfortable that the temple was built on the ruins of a mosque. Now, there are Hindus who are uncomfortable with that. And for that reason, there are Hindus who are uncomfortable. One must acknowledge that it was built on the ruins of a mosque. There was a criminal vandal act.
But democracy
brought down a mosque.
Do you know
temple
do you know what Supreme Court said? It's not a mosque under Islam.
Okay,
you know that?
You people have
no idea.
All right.
Have you read Allahabad High Court?
It was an act of vandalism.
Which says
the Supreme Court called it an act of vandalism.
It was a Barbary
Supreme Court called it an act of vandalism. It was a criminal act. You brought it down.
Last one.
It's an important story of the day. It is going to have influence on the mandate. Moving on.
Yeah, okay. I think that's all the time we had today, Abhishek. Arnab is back next with Super Prime Time Max from these beautiful studios. Hope you enjoyed being in our studios, both Abhishek, Sudhir and Deshat. Good to have you.
It's a wonderful.
And this format where we sit across the table and thrash out.
It's not a debate. It's a freewheeling chat.
Freewheeling contest.
I have to get used to it. I hope I did well.
Oh no, it's fun to have you both in our studios. Thank you, Abhishek and Deshat.
Got the energy levels going.
Yeah. Look forward to many more conversations.
Yes, every day, friends. Join us here at 7:30 p.m. on Which Way Today. Thanks for watching.
Super Prime Time Max is coming up next. Stay tuned.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
With over 1,12,718 startups igniting innovation, driving digital growth. Over 800 million internet users are bridging distances and strengthening bonds across the globe, making India the third largest digitalized country in the world, accounting for around 46% of the world's real-time digital transactions. To celebrate the makers and shakers behind Digital India and India's phenomenal digital yatra, Republic Business is delighted to bring its inaugural Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
With over 1,12,718 startups igniting innovation, driving digital growth. Over 800 million internet users are bridging distances and strengthening bonds across the globe, making India the third largest digitalized country in the world, accounting for around 46% of the world's real-time digital transactions. To celebrate the makers and shakers behind Digital India and India's phenomenal digital yatra, Republic Business is delighted to bring its inaugural Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards.
Why would we fear? I mean, if something happened there, it is for them to worry about. Number of gangland people, number of people with organized crime links from Punjab have been made welcome in Canada. If there are things which happen out there, there will be pushback. You know, the Newton's law of politics will apply there also. On this particular report which has come, I also saw it yesterday night. I was coming to Odisha in the morning. Okay, I mean, somebody may have been arrested, the police may have done some investigation. But the fact is, number of gangland people, number of people with organized crime links from Punjab have been made welcome in Canada. We have been telling Canada, saying, look, these are wanted criminals from
Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
In just a decade, India has transformed into a digital powerhouse. From classrooms to clinics, farms to finance, digitalization is revolutionizing every aspect of life. To celebrate the makers and shakers behind Digital India and India's phenomenal digital yatra, Republic Business is delighted to bring its inaugural Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards.
पता नहीं क्रिकेट का फ्यूचर कैसा होगा, पर सीलिंग फैंस का फ्यूचर पता है, बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी हियर. ओरिएंट एरोस्लिम विद रिवर्स रोटेशन मोड जो इंप्रूव करे एयर सर्कुलेशन. ओरिएंट BLDC फैन, द फ्यूचर ऑफ फैंस.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Digital India is marching in full swing and with high spirits to achieve the target of digital democracy. Some sectors like auto, real estate, fintech, and electronics are fueling this growth. The drivers of growth will be recognized at the Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards. Nominations open now. Stay tuned.
Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate. and gentlemen, welcome back to Super Primetime Max, a new format which makes the debate more exciting, more interesting, more topical, more versatile, and gets you a whole range of subjects on the debate that you may have missed out had you not been on Super Primetime Max on the debate with Arnab. And ladies and gentlemen, I got a great feedback last night to the issues that we picked up. Some of you loved the format. There was a lot of interactivity, many people coming with their phones right up to the screens to scan the QR code. And I could see the numbers and the polling really jump, get wobbly at times. But eventually I got a sense of what the public opinion on the subject was. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'll go for the jugular once again because I don't believe in pulling my punches. I believe in going for the kill as far as the questions are concerned. I come to you on Super Primetime Max on the debate with Arnab this evening with a range of very, very interesting debates. And I've specifically and personally curated the show in such a way so that there is more meat, more content, more debate, and more exclusives. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very newsy day on my floor, and the big issue today has been the Muslim quota. Ladies and gentlemen, the Muslim quota is one big issue tonight, and I'm going to be dealing with it. But welcome to the debate this evening. On the lead this evening, ladies and gentlemen, the India Alliance has formally and officially and strongly demanded a Muslim quota. We all know what this means. It's going to change the nature of the 2024 election. They want a Muslim quota. And it is not some random leader, ladies and gentlemen, who has demanded a Muslim quota. Rahul Gandhi's official tutor and main man, the person who tutors him on caste and communal politics, the one and only Lalu Prasad, a person who does a lot more than cook mutton curry alone with Lalu and Rahul Gandhi, the same Lalu Prasad, whose entire political career has been synonymous with corruption and who is now Rahul Gandhi's official guru. You know what he's demanded today? He has demanded a complete Muslim quota. He calls it a hashtag Pura Muslim quota. A total Muslim quota is the demand of the Congress Party and the India Alliance. Viewers, they are not talking about hints or suggestions of a Muslim quota anymore. The India Alliance wants what they are calling a total Muslim quota across all of India. What do they want? What are they asking for? They're calling, in my view, ladies and gentlemen, for a second partition of India. They want a Hindu-Muslim divide. They want a Muslim quota to break our national unity. They want a Muslim quota because they are again desperate for the Muslim vote. They want a Muslim quota because they have done no good to Muslims and for Muslims for 70 years. So now they want to be first in the race to polarize them. And I say tonight, ladies and gentlemen, stand with me. Believe in me. Believe in Republic. I know you're a Republic believer. If you believe in me and if you believe my intention is correct, then join me in my hashtag tonight, which is unequivocally hashtag no Muslim quota. And I say no Muslim quota because Muslims need development, Muslims need opportunities, but Muslims do not need a quota nationally. And if you are truly secular and not pseudo-secular like Rahul and Owaisi and Lalu Prasad, then join me when I say no Muslim quota. Let's have a counter hashtag tonight. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get into the court of public opinion and say no more Muslim quota. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number one this evening. It's going to be an exciting show. Muslim appeasement, Muslim quota, Muslim politics. We know what the Indies' game plan is. Top Indie leader Lalu Prasad is revealing his strategy. I'm debating that at 8 p.m. tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Arvind Kejriwal uses a VIP card to try and get bail, but the Enforcement Directorate opposes interim bail to Arvind Kejriwal. The agency says that a chief minister cannot be treated like a VIP when it comes before the law. That's debate at 9 o'clock tonight. And Swapan Dasgupta's big expose of the Western media on the show tonight. Hear him narrate what happened with the New York Times. Swapan joins me at 9:40 p.m. and here are the headlines. Here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the debate tonight. It's out in the open. The India Alliance has demanded a pura Muslim quota, a total Muslim quota. Top Indi leader Lalu Prasad has revealed their strategy for a total Muslim quota across the country. Number one debate tonight.
मुसलमानों को हम लोग आरक्षण दे रहे हैं, ओबीसी का लेकर मुसलमानों को दे रहे हैं।
रिजर्वेशन तो मिलना चाहिए मुसलमानों को।
The Congress cannot believe that their sinister plan for a total Muslim quota across India is now in the open. Their manifesto hinted at it and worried about losing the Hindu vote. They were denying it, but now Rahul's guru, top Indi leader, has spilled the beans about a total Muslim quota. The Enforcement Directorate has opposed interim bail to Arvind Kejriwal. The agency says that a chief minister cannot be treated like a VIP when it comes before the law. A sensible argument, and the Supreme Court has, after hearing that, deferred its decision till Friday. As Kejriwal fights to be a VVIP before the law, the party that claims to represent the Aam Aadmi is leading the VVIP racism in the national capital. Arvind Kejriwal's main man, Amanatullah Khan's son, AAP leader's son, shows how VVIP racism is done when he attacks people at a petrol pump with iron rods for not being allowed to jump the queue. Ladies and gentlemen, now we know what the Indi game plan for 2024 is all about. It is about Muslim quota, Muslim appeasement, Muslim politics, pro-Muslim redistribution of wealth, Muslim polarization, Muslim census, and there's no denying the Muslim quota anymore. The biggest story of the day is Rahul Gandhi's guru, topmost India Alliance leader, Lalu Prasad, the senior-most Indi leader, ending up revealing how strongly the India Alliance feels about a pura Muslim quota or a total Muslim quota. We too feel strongly against the idea of a total Muslim quota, and that is why our hashtag tonight is hashtag no Muslim quota. Let's debate.
Phase 3, hours into polling. This was Lalu's Muslim quota confession.
प्रधानमंत्री जब जब आते हैं ये कहते हैं कि लालू जी कांग्रेस आएंगे साथ में तो वो लोग धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण देंगे और सबका जमीन ले लेंगे, संपत्ति ले लेंगे।
आरक्षण का पक्षधर है ना वो तो संविधान को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं, लोकतंत्र को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं। ये इस बात को जनता के जहन में शायद बात आ गई है, इस तरह का बात बदल
कह रहे हैं कि मुसलमानों को हम लोग आरक्षण दे रहे हैं, ओबीसी का लेकर मुसलमानों को दे रहे हैं।
रिजर्वेशन तो मिलना चाहिए मुसलमानों को।
Lalu Prasad of the Indi bloc has gone all out. He's now open about the Muslim quota plan.
इंडी गठबंधन के इस नेता ने आखिरकार स्वीकार कर लिया है कि ये लोग मुसलमानों को पूरा का पूरा आरक्षण देना चाहते हैं। मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूं, जब तक मोदी जिंदा है दुनिया की कोई ताकत दलितों का, आदिवासियों का, पिछड़ों का, ओबीसी का आरक्षण नहीं ले सकती है। ये मोदी की ताकत है।
Lalu's ally, the Congress, has been cagey so far, attempting to deny the now apparent Muslim tilt.
बीजेपी परेशानी में है। उन्होंने हमारे न्याय पत्र को पहले सांप्रदायिक रंग देने की कोशिश की, बाद में कई ऐसे बातें उठाई जिसका जिक्र हमारे न्याय पत्र में बिल्कुल है ही नहीं।
The BJP is focused making Muslim quota their campaign agenda.
रिजर्वेशन हटाने का बीजेपी का ना कोई इरादा है, ना कोई एजेंडा है। रिजर्वेशन पर किसी ने अगर डाका डाला है तो कांग्रेस ने डाला है, जबकि हमारे संविधान में धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण का कोई प्रोविजन ही नहीं है, ये गैर संवैधानिक है।
इनका मैनिफेस्टो इस बात का उल्लेख करता है। कांग्रेस को, समाजवादी पार्टी, आरजेडी को जब भी अवसर मिलेगा, ये अनुसूचित जाति, जनजाति और पिछड़ी जाति के आरक्षण के अधिकार पर सेन लगा करके इन्हें जबरन अल्पसंख्यकों को देने का कुत्सित प्रयास करेंगे।
As it becomes the centerpiece of the campaign, will the Muslim quota debate define the remainder of the 4 phases of this election?
Let's not try to be too subtle about it. I hate subtlety anyway. I can't stand it. I hate fake neutrality. I hate subtlety. And I want to speak straight. Let's not even use the word minority. Let's use the word Muslim. Let's use the word Hindu. Because Hindus are a reality. Muslims are a reality. Muslim vote consolidation is a reality. Let's not call it minority appeasement, because what is going on is Muslim appeasement. And when you do Muslim appeasement, you have to face the motion of the debate that I bring tonight. Viewers, I hope you believe in me, and even if you don't, watch me and then decide for yourself. Has the India Alliance lost the Hindu vote? I can make this debate about the Muslim vote. But why not on Republic at least somebody talk about the Hindu vote? Because some people believe there is somebody called a Muslim voter. But they don't want to believe there is anybody in a country more than 80% Hindu called a Hindu voter. You can proudly say that. So I am concerned about where the Hindu vote goes, and I believe that the way this India Alliance is going on about Muslim quota, they have lost the Hindu vote. You can take your QR code, it's very scientific, put it at the bottom of the grid on Super Prime Time Max. You'll be recorded immediately, your numbers are there, you decide whether I'm speaking sense or nonsense tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Sanju Verma, Rajat Sethi, Ishkaran Singh Bhandari on one side on what I hope is going to be a really hot debate with Atikur Rahman, Abdul Razak, Tariq Ahmad Lari of the Samajwadi Party and Pulla Rao. ये मुस्लिम कोटा क्या होता है भाई? तारिक लारी जी, ये तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आया। अभी नया कॉन्सेप्ट है इंडिया अलायंस का, पूरा मुस्लिम कोटा। या आधा मुस्लिम कोटा और पूरा मुस्लिम कोटा में अंतर क्या है भाई? क्या पूरा मुस्लिम कोटा की बात करके इंडिया अलायंस को लग रही है पूरी मुस्लिम वोट मिल जाएगी? तारिक लारी, I'd like you to open the debate.
देखिए, लालू जी ने जो कहा उसको उन्होंने कंडम खुद भी कर दिया, उन्होंने अपनी बात को विड्रॉ भी किया। दूसरा डिबेट हो रही है तो डिबेट में पूरी बात आपको बता दूं। देखिए, ये मुस्लिम कोटा जो आप कह रहे हैं, ये पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ऑलरेडी चल रहा है, भारत में ऑलरेडी चल रहा है, इंडिया में चल रहा है। यहाँ तक कि उत्तर प्रदेश में भी चल रहा है, मध्य प्रदेश में भी चल रहा है, राजस्थान में भी चल रहा है, गुजरात में भी चल रहा है। जो प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हुए शर्म आ रही है उनको, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी जो कहते हैं कि सब कोटा छीनकर और इन लोग को दे दिया जाएगा और मैं नहीं होने दूंगा, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो रहा है। वो हिंदू मुस्लिम करने के मूड में है। जो उनको समझ में आ गया कि इलेक्शन में हमारे वोट लूज हो रहे हैं, तो हम हिंदू मुस्लिम करके राम मंदिर और मस्जिद और गुरुद्वारा और चर्च और मजार करके ही हम वोट पा सकते हैं, तो वो करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। कोई भी ऐसी कहानी नहीं है।
पूरा मुस्लिम कोटा क्या होता है? कम टू द पॉइंट।
ऑलरेडी चल रहा है कोटा, ऑलरेडी कोटा चल रहा। मैं तो उसमें एक चीज ऐड करता हूं कि कायदे से 6% वालों को 6% कोटा देकर खत्म कर दीजिए, बाकी ओपन कर दीजिए। जो 6% वाले हैं वो 6% में ही रहेंगे, बाकी ये सब हम लोग देख लेंगे। ओबीसी, एसटी, एसटी और
ये डेंजरस पॉलिटिक्स है तारिक लारी, मैं इसका खंडन कर, यू कैन नॉट, नो, आप ये नहीं, आप, मैंने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं की थी। I'll go to Sanju Verma because I'm moving a fast debate format nowadays. I did not expect. I really am so upset, so disappointed, viewers. They all they want to do.
What you did not expect?
I did not expect that an educated person will demand a Muslim quota more than 75 years after independence. That is what I did not expect. Sanju Verma is responding on the debate.
No,
I refuse to debate if this is going
Mr. Lari, here, Sanju.
I did not heckle this man.
Sanju, let's have a good debate. Let's have a solid debate, a good debate. Ji.
Thank you, Arnab. Arnab, first and foremost, it's great to be on this new format.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to work big time for you. And many congratulations on that excellent interview on the chopper with Amit Shah.
Oh, thank you. No, there was another interview which was recorded at midnight. Maybe you missed that one. Yes.
No, I saw both.
Okay,
I caught snippets of your chopper bit also.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I'll just say this, Arnab. Subtlety is also not one of my strong points. And just like you, if I have one thing in common with you, I call a spade a spade. And today I'm not just going to talk about minority appeasement. I'm going to straight away address the elephant in the room and talk about the Muslim appeasement, which is being done brazenly by Rahul Gandhi, Lalu Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav, so on and so forth. Which is the party which brought in Muslims under the backward class category way back in 1994 in Karnataka, when he was the chief minister? It is Veerappa Moily of the Congress. In 2005, the Congress was in power in the center and also in power in Andhra Pradesh. Rajashekhar Reddy of the Congress was the chief minister. And it was then that in Andhra Pradesh, quota within quota was given to the Muslim community. Third example, in 2007, it was the Congress allied DMK. DMK's then Karunanidhi was the chief minister of Tamil Nadu and center में भी Congress की सरकार थी. And in 2007, the Congress brought quota within quota for the Muslims in Tamil Nadu. And mind you or not, when Uddhav Thackeray was in power before he abandoned Maharashtra because he knew he would not win the vote of his legislators on the floor of the House. In 2021, there's an application from the Mahavikas Aghadi led by the likes of Uddhav Thackeray and Rahul Gandhi, who wanted to carve out quota within quota in Maharashtra for Muslims. They wanted a 4.5% quota for Muslims. But the Supreme Court said nothing doing. The Supreme Court has way back in 1992 said reservation cannot be given on the basis of religion. The Supreme Court has said that in 1992, 2011, 2013 and 2021. So by promising reservation to Muslims on the basis of religion, is the Congress undermining the credibility of the Supreme Court? This is not fair. If you want this noise, I'm not going to do it. Let this man speak.
I've already heard an answer.
1 minute, please. This is 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Viewers, I want to bring back some. I want to bring back some sanity into my program. So I'm just about to say that all of us.
Heard the same nonsense.
So you hear it? No, Mr. Lari, if what she's saying is nonsense, you still will have to hear it.
No, this is a nonsense.
You still will have to hear it. It doesn't matter what you think of what she says. You will still have to hear it.
Not my matter. Not my matter. If you are talking the same on the
I request you, Mr. Lari. I request you, Mr. Lari. Three people heckling Sanju Verma is not good. I want to say one thing, viewers, tonight. To bring back the focus of the debate, to bring back the focus on the debate on the issues that matter, I would say tonight that India does not need a Muslim quota, and you may think I'm anti-Muslim and I'm saying that. No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pro-Muslim and I'm saying that because it is said that by 2050, we are going to have how many Muslims in the country? We are going to have 311 million Muslims in India. I am secular, ladies and gentlemen. I want the 311 million Muslims, the 31 crore Muslims who are going to live in India, who are going to be 11% of the global Muslim population. I want them to be secular. And hence I will not pander to them by telling them that there should be a quota for 311 million people. India is going to go down the drain. I mean, larger issues here about national interest. I'm inviting into the debate. Artik, 1 minute. I'm inviting into the debate. I'm inviting into the debate, ladies and gentlemen, as we polled 90 to 10.
Expecting charity from Modi.
Razak.
Arnabji, you think we are expecting some charity?
Arnab, you are giving a free run.
I'll come back to you, Sanju. I'll come back to you.
Why is this mullah being given a free run?
I'm coming back to you, Sanju.
Why is this radicalized mullah being given a free run on your show?
Various judges under various
This is a Hindu majority country.
have recommended
Your madrasa politics will not work here. Abdul Razak Khan.
Oh, shut up!
Don't use that language! Abdul Razak, no use of the word shut up! It's not necessary on my debate. What's going on with you tonight?
Work here.
Please watch your words.
हिंदुओं को
Talk about
वक्त तक
economic
अंडरमाइन
condition,
किया, उनकी
financial
जनसंख्या को
condition,
अंडरमाइन किया,
educational condition of citizens.
उनकी चुप्पी को
Don't
आपने
talk
उनकी
about
वीकनेस समझ
majority
लिया।
Hindu country.
यही आपकी सबसे बड़ी गलती है। हिंदू चुप है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हिंदू कमजोर है। Your madrasa bred radicalized Islamist ideology will not work in India. This is not a Sharia country.
One versus two, Atikur and Razak.
मैडम जो रिजर्वेशन है वो कंटिन्यू होगा,
जाइए
with
अल्जीरिया,
or without
go to
Modi,
Saudi Arabia.
reservation will continue.
Sharia is not going to
Reservation
work
will
in India. Get
continue.
that loud and clear.
With or without
Uniform
Modi.
civil code will be a reality sooner than later. CAA rules have already
That
been
will
notified.
never happen. You have flaws in your own religion. You have flaws in your own community. Uniform civil code will never happen in this country.
मुझे पता
Even
है
if it happens,
पढ़ाई
it
मदरसा
will
में की
happen
है।
with conditions
मुझे पता है
applied.
that the jihadi mindset
Tribals
is
को
something
निकाल
that you will
देंगे।
never get rid of. But at least try to pretend
Don't
that you
use
intelligent on a
abusive
national
words.
debate. At least
Don't
make a
use
pretense of
abusive
being
words.
intelligent.
Arnab ji,
I know you lack common sense.
tell her
शांत हो
not
जाइए।
to use abusive words.
You're the
What is
person who...
abusive? Don't you believe in jihad?
आप
Don't you believe in holy war?
निकालते हैं।
Don't you believe in madrasas? जब यूपी में illegal madrasas were closed down by Yogi Adityanath, you come on debates and start shouting.
बीजेपी
Don't you believe in jihadi ideology? आपकी तो आसमानी किताब कहती है।
Okay, we are going to go to Atik right now. We're going to Atik and Pula on the right. We are on a turn of the debate. Can I take 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, to center the debate back to the issue at hand? What is the issue at hand? The issue is this, Rajat. I'm just bringing you in. Rajat, can you hear me? I'm bringing you in. I'll just say one line. You know, Rajat, that till yesterday, if you and I would have said that India Alliance is for Muslim quota, they would have said, no. We have not said that exactly in our manifesto. We've not used the word Muslim quota, but we said, no, but we can read English, we understand what you mean. All the things you have said about Muslims, you want a Muslim quota, you want effective reservations in the judiciary. No, but where have we, show me the place where we said Muslim quota? Today I show them the soundbite of Lalu Prasad, you know, Rajat. He has said total Muslim quota पूरा होना चाहिए. ये शब्द उनके हैं, इसके बाद कोई ambiguity तो दिखती नहीं है मुझे, रजत. इसलिए सारे embarrassed बैठे हुए. कल तक आतिकुर रहमान कहते थे कौन सा मुस्लिम कोटा अन्ना? You're a right winger, you're making it up. Yes, Rajat said it.
Our intent is clear, and you started the debate on how this agenda reeks of separatism. And let me point out here, when the Constituent Assembly was debating the issue of religion-based reservations, there was a subcommittee that was created, and Nehru of all people, Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, K.M. Munshi, and Ambedkar were 4 members of the Constituent Assembly were part of this subcommittee to deliberate. They said that in the India's context, on the current context with the current available conditions, it is no longer appropriate that there should be reservation seats for Muslims, Christians, Sikhs or any other religious minority. And Nehru of all people went on and said that there are certain degrees of separatism imbibed in the idea of religious-based reservations, and he went on to say that this cannot be accepted because it is directly an attack on the secular and the democratic fabric of the state.
Yeah.
This is where our Constituent Assembly paused and finalized the discussion deliberation on religion-based reservations. Last conclusion was that reservation is only a makeshift mechanism till the backward communities are not fully emancipated. And they went on to say that these backward communities are essentially caste-based communities, which have been over years and years have not had a fair share of equity in India's resources. These were the premises on which Constituent Assembly debate was based on. And it went, and there has been several Supreme Court's views on this topic as well. Kerala was one outlier state because Travancore Kingdom, the princely state,
but why are these guys picking it up now?
There.
No, but I know all that, and I know you're absolutely on the ball, Rajat.
But this Puri Muslim abadi ko reservation dena are clear-cut signs of separatism. It clearly wants to further divide India on the Gazwai-Hind lines.
Yeah.
This is the project of Pakistan. This is not project of India.
Because Congress,
these leaders are not representing India's India's wishes. They are actually standing for what Pakistan has been peddling through their proxies working in India.
You know, I'll
and
tell
it
you.
is a sinister plan, Arnab.
I'll tell you one thing. Had the British not pampered and fed the ego and arrogance of Muhammad Ali Jinnah and contributed to the sustenance of the Muslim League, India would never have been divided. I can understand Jinnah's agenda. We know what his mindset was, किस तरह का आदमी था वो. पर इनका एजेंडा क्या है भाई? कल ये बोलेंगे आतिकुर रहमान कि IAS एग्जाम में मुस्लिम कोटा चाहिए हमको. और ये बोलेंगे कि if there are exams for posts for teachers, उसमें बोलेंगे हमें मुस्लिम कोटा चाहिए टीचर्स में. वही नहीं
मुसलमान एग्जाम भी बनाए.
नहीं और ये भी बोलेंगे एग्जामिनर में भी मुसलमान इतने होने चाहिए. कल ये भी बोलेंगे जो एग्जाम चेक करते हैं उनमें भी उतना मुस्लिम कोटा होना चाहिए. मैं तो इतना कह दूंगा आतिकुर रहमान, कल ये लोग कहेंगे tomorrow these people will say that even in the army, NDA, Indian Military Academy, there should be Muslim quota. You know, there has to be a limit.
Allow me to speak for
I will allow you, but I want you to know 90% of the people of the show are with me tonight on my QR code. Let's make it 95 viewers. Yeah. Okay, go on.
May I come in now?
Yeah, go on. Come in.
Arnab, we the Muslims demand no reservation at the top of the pyramid, but affirmative action at the bottom of the social pyramid. Am I wrong? Secondly,
yeah, you are wrong.
Your hashtag,
you are wrong.
Slap on the face.
You are wrong.
BJP.
You are wrong. You are totally wrong.
Then you can refute.
No, you are wrong. I will refute you now because you don't want me to refute you now. You think I will forget what you are wrong about after 5 minutes? Atikur Rahman, you are wrong with a capital W.
I demand
in bold and underline.
I demand affirmative action.
Affirmative action.
Can any of the political parties today admit that failed to provide affirmative action? That's why the vicious circle of preservation continues. It was only for 10 years, Rajat. Rajat, 10 years. It had to be reviewed.
Rajat, you are doing.
But for 75 long years, this vicious circle continues because of this politicization of the reservation and the quotas.
What politicization?
Just
what politicization, right? अच्छा don't get into speech mode. ये speech program नहीं है, debate program है. 1 minute. Listen to me. And Tariq Lari को तो पसीने आ रहे हैं.
Yeah, I am not
today. He's sweating on the program. He's pulled out his towel and he's wiping his brow on my program tonight.
आपकी मोहब्बत में बगैर इसी के बैठे हुए हैं.
नहीं आप तो
आपकी मोहब्बत में बगैर इसी के बैठ गए. क्या करें?
हाँ बहुत मोहब्बत है हमें. हम ये मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलने वाले लोग नहीं कि बाहर मोहब्बत की दुकान करो और अंदर मुस्लिम कोटा बेचो. ये मुस्लिम कोटा मत बेचिए. मुस्लिम कोटा मत बेचिए. ये करिए. अच्छा now 1 minute. संजू before I come to you, एक बार इश्करन and संजू on the left hand side. डिबेट बहुत हॉट होने वाली है अभी. हमारे साथ पुल्ला राव भी है. पुल्ला राव एंड तारिक लारी विल डिबेट विद संजू वर्मा एंड रजत. यू नोट व्यूअर्स, आई एम अ सेक्युलर पर्सन. अब इफ हिंदूज वांट टू जॉइन द आर्मी, जॉइन द आर्मी. इफ मुस्लिम्स डोंट वांट टू जॉइन द आर्मी, डोंट जॉइन द आर्मी. कोई आपको फोर्स करके थोड़ी ज्वाइन करा रहा है. बट ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो आर्मी में कितने मुस्लिम है हिंदू है इसका कैलकुलेशन कर देते हैं. 2014 में किसी ने कहा that the amount of Muslims in the army is less than 5%. But that is a choice. If Muslims want to join the army, they can. If they don't join the army, nobody can force them. But tomorrow you will have a quota means what?
Arnab?
No. I'm trying to get the logic here. It's so bad and
like that.
No, 1 minute. Let Ishkaran take that.
Let Ishkaran. आर्मी में आज तक किसी ने नहीं वो किया है कि आर्मी में पता चले कि कितने हिंदू ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ.
Arnab, it's a question to me. Can I make
Ishkaran.
Yes, thank you. It's my question.
Arnab, it's an insidious agenda to again partition India if you start these religious reservations and say पूरे Muslim समाज को देनी चाहिए. The simple consequence of SC/ST Muslims being added to SC/ST is there is separate reserved seats for SC/ST. Then they will start contesting on those seats. That is going back to separate electorate, separate seats. We have seen what happened in 1947. Don't stop at step 1. Go to step 2, step 3, step 4. What will happen? The second aspect. Let's take Article 370. Don't interrupt. Please
let him speak or debate.
These are legal consequences. The minute you put them in SC/ST, they will have reserved seats to become members of parliament. Arnab, I want to make a point.
Tariq Lari, how unfair! How unfair when a panelist on my program who I begin the debate with, how unfair is it? My volume up, everyone else is down. How unfair is it, viewers, when there is a person I start the debate with, and for 30 minutes, Ishkaran Bhandari kept quiet. Tariq Lari intervened 4 times, got 40% of the time. कोई कोटा नहीं था आपके लिए, मगर 40% टाइम आपको मिली. उसके बाद जब ये व्यक्ति बोल रहे हैं, उनको आप रोक रहे हैं. क्या नहीं झूठ बोले तो बोले, आपको सुनना पड़ेगा. Put them on air with me on the screen. Tariq Lari, please, finger on your lips, man. Please, Tariq. Tariq, please control करो अपने आप को. What are you doing, यार? Please. आप पसीने आ रहे हैं तो आ रहे हैं.
Arnab, that is point number 1. You will lead to separate electorate. Now let us come to point number 2. Why? Because at one time we have this political rhetoric of Jai Bhim, Jai Meem. Who suffers the most? Jamia Millia Islamia University, funded by the government. Because you declare it minority, you take away reservation from SC, ST, OBC. That is how you do this. That is appeasement. That is how you say Muslims have the first right on resources in action by orders when Congress was in power. Or take the example of 370, where Radhika Gilak case, a third generation person belonging to Dalit community, because her grandfather came as a sweeper, still could not get a job even though she topped the exam, because you deprived them of reservation. So all this agenda of taking away reservations from OBC, SC, ST and give it to a particular vote bank is what is and that has
you have to give me time to speak.
Stop, because they want to divide Bharat again by doing this religious reservation.
That's a lovely window.
That is the reality of it.
Just 1 minute. Cool it now. Razak, first of all, don't disturb him. You've got a loud and booming voice anyway. But that does not mean that you will use that voice to intimidate my people. That verbal intimidation will not be allowed. And no, I disregard the please. I disregard the please. I disregard the please. I disregard that. Razak, listen. Razak's situation बहुत serious.
So Razak, why should Jamia not have SC, ST reservation? Please answer that.
Good point. Very good point.
Why should Jamia not have SC, ST reservation?
कहा कर्नाटका का decision of taking back reservation is shaky and
I am asking a specific question on universities. Please answer that question on universities.
I am saying no matter how much Modi ji say, no matter how much we discuss.
It's not about Modi ji. It is about what Congress has done. It's a simple question.
I think he's
talk about Jai Meme. Answer the question. Why should Jamia not have
I would like.
Was snatched from Muslims and given to Akkaligas and Lingayats.
I would like.
The reservation is there in every state.
No.
Even in Gujarat.
No, you are. What you are doing, Razak. Now, Razak, can you just stop it because I'm saying something? Don't be so rude. I'm such a distinguished gentleman. None of you should speak over me anyway. Listen to me, Razak. Point is this. There is something called open reservation. There is something called hidden reservation. Hidden reservation is very dangerous. Pulla Rao, let me tell you what is hidden reservation, and I'll get you on a debate with Sanju right now. CPM manifesto, for example, which is the India Alliance manifesto, says you must earmark 15% of priority sector lending by banks for Muslims. Subsidized credit, and this goes to Sanju and Pulla, subsidized credit to be ensured for self-employed Muslim youth. Look at how this is. So you are targeting the young people and saying 15% priority sector banking will be reserved for Muslims. Why? Then you put 80% for Hindus. If you are saying it's as per the population, I think the population of Muslims is a little lower, 15%. But anyway, they are giving a little premium and saying 15%. Then you have 80% reservation for Muslims, for Hindus. What is this? And when you think these things will remain in manifestos, that's why I'm telling the youth of the country, read what they've said in their manifesto. Tomorrow they will come to power. Of course they won't, you know that. But if they come to power and they implement this, they will say, "Humne to bata diya tha, we had told you, why are you complaining?" So I'm telling you, take a decision, an informed decision. Do not be a reel maker and a reel viewer. Get a little detailed. Get your fundas right, youth of the country. Get your fundas right. These people are doing a dangerous thing. You will not get a loan. They will give the loan saying he's a Muslim, he gets a loan. Pulla, I'm telling you, you will lose the Hindu vote this time. You mark my words. There'll be a 5 to 10% fall in the Hindu vote, whatever was remaining for the India Alliance. Over to you. This is so dangerous.
Okay, let me tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
Let me tell you straight.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong in affirmative action. It brings them together. There was reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Did they not become part of society? Did there not much more integration? They're much more integrated. They're leading in the sectors of so many places. We welcome it. Same thing with OBC. Why not the backwards in any religion for that matter? Why should they be left out? Why are we afraid that they will not assimilate? Why? No, let me talk. Sanjuji, I heard everybody. Give me a couple of minutes.
Sanju, respond after he finishes.
Why not they assimilate? You keep saying they should be assimilated into society. How will they assimilate? You have not given them housing. They're stuck in remote areas. They're stuck in crowded areas. They want to assimilate. They want to be part of society. What is the way out? When you say 15% credit, it doesn't mean banks are going to open that door. They say, yes, you have something for you. You come with a worthwhile scheme, we'll give it to you. And I personally believe that, for example, you go to the US, they had affirmative action for blacks and they were assimilated. How can you have assimilation? How can you have unity when you say we don't need you? Think about the long term. I firmly believe a careful, calculated, I don't want to use the word quota, priorities, like for the other communities. And it's only the backward sections, those who are following certain professions of the Muslims, who have got this. The upper caste Muslims, the upper class Muslims are not included. They have to go through a certain system. Please tell me one simple sentence.
Please.
How do you
Sanju is responding, but before that, a line from me. A line from me, and then Sanju, I'm giving you. Please, 1 second. I know you're restless. You've been listening to everybody else. You got a lot of facts, but I have a couple of points to make. Viewers, no, I'm not anti-Muslim. I'm the most pro-Muslim of everybody on this panel tonight. And let me tell you why. Because I believe that Muslims don't need handouts. Muslims need opportunities like Hindus need opportunities. Second point, Pulla Rao, your argument is very shallow because you don't want to go to facts. Do you know that out of 2.31 crore houses which have been built under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, 31% are allocated in 25 minority-dominated areas? Is that not affirmative action? 33%, yeah. one minute. अभी मैं expose करता हूँ. लाइए इनको आतिकुर रहमत, सबको लाइए on these. 33% beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. 33%. Oh, Al Jazeera, did you hear me? 33% were minorities. 36%. Suno Atikur Rahman, 36% of beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana are from minorities. Narendra Modi is the most pro-minority Prime Minister in the history of independent India. In the history of independent India, there has been no more pro-minority Prime Minister than Narendra Modi. Yes.
11 different
counter me if you can.
Make up the minorities of this country. That is not I will challenge
So now he's saying, he was now saying, Razak, volume down, Sanju. Now he's saying that 36% may Buddhists and Sikhs have got. Muslims have not got. Parsis have got, but Muslims have not got. Ye logic hai Razak ki. You even listen to what you say. Sanju is on the debate tonight. Sanju is on the debate. The debate is hot tonight. The debate is hot.
I waited for my turn. I refuse to debate when you get Razak on the other side because he's a big heckler. I refuse to debate.
Razak, you'll have to. Razak, you'll have to listen, whether you like it or not.
Moderating the debate. You get the noisiest and nastiest people on the other side and give them a free run. I need my time. This is a sensitive topic. First and foremost, let's be very clear about one thing. Muslims are not a minority. And yet in India, thanks to Pandit Nehru and successive Congress regimes, they continue to get benefits under Article 29 and Article 30 of the Constitution, which gives minorities the right to manage, administer their educational institutions. Let me tell you, out of 140 crore population, we have about 110 crore Hindus. We have about 20 to 22 crore Muslims. So I say Muslims are the second largest majority in India. We have only 85 lakh Buddhists. We have only 55,000 Parsis. We have barely, 10,000 or 12,000 Zoroastrians. We have only 2 crore Sikhs. So Musliman, Bharat mein second largest majority hai. They are not a minority, but they still claim benefits of being a minority community. That is my point number one. They've been having the cake and eating it too for the longest time. My second point, what did the SC, Scheduled Caste Order 1950, I refuse to debate. You do not moderate your debates. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I said Atik and Tariq. You're speaking out of turn now. Now you're really speaking out of turn.
Let me finish.
Can I refute this for a moment, please? Is this a constitutional position that there is a second largest majority in India where in the Constitution is mentioned that there is a group of
I'm now switching off my video.
One point is this, Atik, you can wait 30 seconds. This is what happens.
Arnab, is this a constitutional language?
Can I please come in now?
Is this a constitutional language?
Yes, you can speak.
That Muslims are a second largest.
Do you understand mathematics?
Are you speaking the constitutional language?
Stop talking gibberish out loud.
Basic maths.
What is wrong with you?
You are being anti-constitutional.
Atik, listen to the other side and don't use your fake outrage on me. Don't use your fake outrage on me. The Muslim quota is unconstitutional. The Muslim quota is illegal. The Muslim quota should not happen. And you have made Muslim quota the number one issue of the 2024 election. You India Alliance people have made Muslim quota the number one issue of the 2024 election. And I'm saying there is going to be Hindu vote consolidation against this.
Can I please come
That's my reading. That's my reading.
Your platform.
I don't know why you allow these guys to hate me.
Let her speak. Shah, volume is up now. Let her speak. Atik, cool it.
Is this a fair debate?
Atik, cool it, please. Atik, cool it, please.
Thank you. Now let me take off from what Ishkaran said. He made a very interesting point about Jamia Millia Islamia, which is 100% centrally funded. But do you know there are 3 other universities in India which are either 100% or largely centrally funded? One is the Aligarh Muslim University, one is the Maulana Azad National Urdu University, and the other is the Central University of Hyderabad. And I, while doing research, found out that all these 4 universities, Aligarh Muslim University, Maulana Azad, Central University of Hyderabad and Jamia Millia, यहाँ मुसलमानों को reservation मिलती है, but दलितों को नहीं मिलती, आदिवासियों को नहीं मिलती. Whereas the Constitution says that no Dalit should be barred from admission into Jamia Millia. No Adivasi should be barred from admission into Aligarh Muslim University. मुझे इस बात का जवाब दो. Why is it that Dalits are not being admitted in Aligarh Muslim University?
Can I have the QR code on the bottom of the screen and the latest results as well? And now we are on the debate and we are getting a response from Tariq Ahmed Lari and then Pula Rao. Tariq.
बात की है, मेरी बहन है ये. थोड़ा सा बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी की बात कर लें. उसमें 1930 मतलब 1930 फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू May 12, 2017, जिसमें से कुल 650 पोस्ट पे शेड्यूल कास्ट शेड्यूल ट्राइब और बैकवर्ड है. बाकी कहां गए?
You talk about about Jamia Millia. You talk about Mandir.
No, Sanju, now you listen to him. Sanju, the same applies to you. You listen to him. Sanju, you listen to him, please. You have to listen to the counter because he's giving you a specific counter. You can't interrupt him when he's speaking, please. Let him speak. Tariq louder, Sanju down. 1 minute. Let him speak, Sanju. Let him speak.
अब 650 roughly 649, 43 something like that, वहां पे शेड्यूल कास्ट और शेड्यूल ट्राइब है, प्रोफेसर और जो स्टाफ है, बाकी पोस्ट पे क्यों नहीं है? किस लिए नहीं है?
किसी ने रोका है क्या? किसी ने रोका है क्या? एक मिनट, तारिक लारी आपसे पूछ रहा हूं मैं, एक मिनट तारिक लारी आपसे मैं पूछ रहा हूं, मेरी बात सुनिए, मैं आपको और एक उदाहरण देता हूं, I'll give you one more example, तेरी बात सुनिए, लॉजिक वर्सेस लॉजिक हो जाए. 89% of the people watching the program are saying India Alliance is losing the Hindu votes. तारिक लारी, higher educational institutions में, in Indian higher educational institutions, the Muslim representation among teachers is merely 4.9%. That could be due to various reasons, including the fact that Muslims are not interested in teaching in higher educational institutions. Now, what is your solution to this Muslim quota? You want Muslim quota? Muslim quota देंगे तो there will be more Muslims in the army. There will be more Muslims among higher educational institutions. आपका solution क्या है? हर चीज का Muslim quota. आप कल बोलेंगे टीवी एंकर्स में भी मुस्लिम कोटा कीजिए, आप बोलेंगे जर्नलिस्ट में भी, रिपब्लिक में भी मुस्लिम कोटा कीजिए. ये क्या लॉजिक है?
बात तो सुन लीजिए, हम लोग यहाँ जितनी भी आबादी हमारी है उसमें कुल मुश्किल से 2% लोग हैं जो नौकरी पे जाते हैं. बाकी जितने हैं सब अपना कारोबार करते हैं, सब अपने काम के खुद के मालिक हैं.
डेमोक्रेसी है देश में.
चाहे पंचर की दुकान बना रहे हो, चाहे पंचर सड़क पर बैठ के बना रहे हो, वो किसी सरकार से कभी कुछ नहीं.
टायर पंचर की दुकान खोलते हो, it is because your community.
Sanju is on the way. Sanju and Pula Rao are debating next on a near versus situation 8:48 p.m. ladies and gentlemen. How much time do we have?
Your community has a visceral hatred for ancient Indian history. You only want to live off state handouts. You only want to live off state handouts. मुझे बताइए, यदि मेरिट आपको बढ़ाना है तो you have to get educated in the best institutions. आप अपने बच्चों को मदरसा में भेजना चाहते हैं, आप अपने बच्चों को IIT में नहीं भेजना चाहते. You don't want your daughters to study in the best medical colleges. You want your daughters to continue to be victims of instant triple talaq.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
We declare instant triple talaq as unconstitutional and illegal.
I think that what is happening. I think what is happening here, Pula, I'll tell you something. This election is turning. This election is
implementing a quota. I guess you're not giving us any time. You've come under the quota pressure. You've come under the quota pressure.
No, Ishkaran, I'm coming to you and Pulla. Okay, Ishkaran, no question. Oh, go on, Ishkaran.
Yeah, please, we cannot have a quota on this debate. We have already given more than 50%. Another two short points. Just two. First, Congress talks. 1 second. Arnab, it's my turn. Don't heckle. You had more than your time.
Louder for Ishkaran, louder for Ishkaran.
Arnab, simple point. You have to understand Congress's manifesto is about reservation to SC, ST. 2011, they took reservation away from SC, STs in Jamia. Why did they take reservation away from SC, STs in Jamia in 2011? Let them answer that. The second point we have to understand here is this is nothing but a naked play for getting a separate electorate again. That is all they are.
Okay, viewers, I have to
understand.
Last point.
Last point,
10 seconds.
Last point. Will Congress take a stand and say it will not put any Muslims in SC, ST category, or will it?
No, they won't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank everyone tonight. And how do I look at it? You see, the way I look at it, I see it is the choice that the India Alliance has made, ladies and gentlemen. They made a choice. They want a consolidation of the Muslim vote, but in their enthusiasm, they are likely to lose the Hindu vote. Even in the centrist Hindu voter, not the very right-wing Hindu voter, even he or she will dislike this level of Muslim appeasement. The centrist Hindu voter will feel left out. to the Muslim-only narrative that the Indo-India alliance is pushing. And so I go back to the point yesterday that beyond the Modi factor, Hindu vote consolidation is a real possibility in this general election. That's the way I see it. And viewers, the big debate on the other side, Arvind Kejriwal wants to pull out a VIP card. He says, I'm a chief minister, that's why I have to be released on bail. What kind of logic is that? You're a chief minister, your job is more important than anyone else? Will the VIP card get him out on bail? I don't think so. It's the worst card he could have played. And I'll tell you why when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Easy to clean.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स. टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो.
Em ordem, agradecer, presidente, a sua vinda pela segunda vez aqui. Não sabemos ainda quantas aqui.
Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Scratch resistant also.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स.
Hegemony of Western media has to end. Western media has had it too good for too long, and it has ruined the balance of power that's required, not just in politics and society.
I was told you were a shy and retiring journalist.
I have said recently that India will be the next media capital of the world. It is from countries like India, which speak English, which are democracies, where the challenge to the global news hegemony is about to come. And the time has come to provide a serious counter to global media sources like BBC and CNN, which have been hegemonistic for far too long.
I've been thinking about doing global news from India for a very, very long time. But particularly over the last 10 years, I've been actively talking about it in India and abroad, evangelizing the idea. Now the time has come for us to make that a reality, and that is why the Republic Media Network is building Asia's largest newsroom, largest news center, largest news complex, television and digital, here in India. It is our contribution to what we feel will be the start of a media revolution from the soil of Bharat, beaming to the entire world. I want to thank all of you for always being with me. And I know that you believe in our enterprise as well. start by addressing Rahul Gandhi. For Rahul Gandhi must realize that you cannot redistribute achievement. You cannot redistribute effort. And you cannot redistribute hard work. And you cannot and must never dream of redistributing sacrifice. And wealth and income is often a consequence of all of the above. Cannot be redistributed in such a way that undermines a person's achievement. Rahul Gandhi has said that if the Congress is voted to power, then the Vadra Congress will undertake a caste and religion survey. The Congress party will redistribute that person's wealth to others from certain caste groups or members of the minority community. This is exactly what the Congress party had threatened to do when, as Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said, Muslims have the first right on resources. We then thought, because we wanted to believe that this was a bad dream, but now we know it was not. It was always their intention.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are with me on Super Primetime Max on the debate with Arnab. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And my contrast this evening, I come to you with a contrast, is between two startling images. One of Arvind Kejriwal's expensive lawyers demanding special treatment for Arvind Kejriwal in the Supreme Court, saying, after all, don't you understand, my lordships, he's a busy man, he's a busy chief minister who must hit the busy campaign trail, as if nobody else has anything that they are to be busy about. As if all the under trials in Tihar jail and anywhere else have no work to do. That it's only Arvind Kejriwal, because he's the chief minister, you see, who must be released on bail. Now, the second image is of Arvind Kejriwal's top leader, Amanatullah Khan's son, attacking petrol pump staff with iron rods. Why? Because the Aam Aadmi Party leader's son stopped the pampered brat from jumping the queue. Can I have some visuals, please, on the screen, ladies and gentlemen? We must see it, because when I say things like this, people say, oh, no, you're making it up. I'm not making it up. The Aam Aadmi Party now believes that anybody who assaults any family member of the Aam Aadmi, stops any Aam Aadmi Party family member from jumping the queue must be assaulted. The Aam Aadmi Party believes in assaulting those who don't let them jump the queue. And the Aam Aadmi Party chief, Arvind Kejriwal, who recently lived in a palace funded by taxpayer money, says that his campaigning is more important than any other job of any other person in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the AAP is afflicted with a VVIP syndrome. They've gone crazy with the VVIP syndrome. And I am nobody to advise the lordships. The lordships are intelligent, wise, experienced, and knowledgeable of the law. But we too also have a right to express our view on what's going on inside the court. Ladies and gentlemen, if the Supreme Court accepts what Arvind Kejriwal is saying, then they will set a precedent that every other politician will give the excuse of elections to demand bail. I am nobody to advise the honorable judges of the honorable Supreme Court. But with all humility, their lordships must understand that the chief ministers are not the first among equals. Tomorrow, if a school teacher commits an act of murder or corruption for which they are jailed, they can't say, we must be given bail on an examination day, my lordships, I have to do my job. Doctors, if they commit any act of perjury or murder or corruption or a scam, cannot say that, my lordships, I need to be given bail because I have an important surgery to do. You see, everybody has a job to do. Arvind Kejriwal is making it out like his being a chief minister is the only job in the country. Law is about precedent. Jurisprudence is always about setting the right context. And I'm sure the honorable lordships will establish the fact strongly when they give their verdict on Friday. Because what they say today will have to apply to everyone tomorrow. The Supreme Court is trying to put riders, but in my view, that's not enough. They're saying if released, you can't perform official duties. I mean, what is the meaning of that? The basic point is he says, I've got to do election campaigning. So that's no prohibition in my view, and that's my humble opinion to the Honorable Lordships. The Supreme Court must look at all aspects. ED is putting up a strong case. Politicians are not a separate class of people in this country, and I think the VIP card is not, I repeat, not going to work at all. But the big story today, which I'm debating, is Arvind Kejriwal saying that I need to do campaigning. It's very important, you see. It's more important than any other person's job in the country. So I got to campaign, my lords, and doesn't matter how many people are rotting in jail, but I can't because I'm more important than others. That is the fundamental issue. The ED rightly says that heavens won't fall. Anyway, the AAP should realize maybe they're getting more of a sympathy factor the longer Arvind Kejriwal stays in jail. But that's not the issue. Politicians are not a separate class. I agree with the Enforcement Directorate. My problem is with the temerity of the argument that I'm a chief minister, I need to campaign, it's terribly important. Well, it's an important time at every point of time when a person is arrested. A person does not have the right to decide whether the time is important for the law to apply to them. The law applies regardless of circumstances, ladies and gentlemen, and that's my view. Do you agree with me? Let's go and debate. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, opening the debate, Piyush, who's supporting the Aam Aadmi Party, Akashdeep, pro-AAP, Karan. Piyush, what a ridiculous argument. I'm a chief minister, I got to campaign. I'm surprised he's even getting a hearing on this. And I'm pretty much sure that the court will realize there's a terrible precedent to come and set. I'm a chief minister, I have to campaign. I mean, what is this?
So you think, Arnabji, that, and you are free to have your own thoughts, your own wisdom, according to, I think the Honorable Supreme Court is going to decide whether the argument put forth by Mr. Kejriwal is a ridicule or those arguments are sincere. So let the Supreme Court of the country decide upon it. You yourself have told, in your introductory remarks that you are not advising the Honorable Supreme Court. So let us not advise.
Why are you on the defensive,
Supreme Court of the country.
Why are you on the defensive?
I'm not on the defensive. And
you're sounding on the defensive.
So, Arnab, look at the poetic justice here. The Supreme Court said you cannot perform your official duties. Here is a man who's not interested in performing official duties. He anyways doesn't perform his official duties. He's a CM who has been asked, don't behave as a CM if you get out, and still you get
wrong visuals being played. Kejriwal visuals on. I'm not on that part of the debate. Yes, please go on, Karan. Go on, get the windows up, please, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
Go on. I'm saying, Arnab, the Supreme Court has gone on to say that if released on bail, you cannot behave as a CM. You cannot continue with your official duties. Imagine the irony. Here is a man who cannot behave as a CM, but he doesn't resign from the CM chair. He continues to cling on to power.
No, and to that also there's a counter. To that also there's a counter. I don't know where Piyush disappeared. I can't see him on the screen. To that also there is a counter that if Arvind Kejriwal were to have said that I have to do the job of a chief minister and that is why I must be given bail, I can understand. But to say that the job of a chief minister is not important, the job of an election campaigner is more important, is an insult. Is an insult to the people. Insult to the people. Akashdeep, let's get them.
Your analogy is wrong.
Akashdeep.
Your analogy is totally wrong. Today the Honorable Supreme Court said, and I quote the Honorable Supreme Court, and if you disagree, please tell me, and why.
Get him.
He is elected CM of Delhi.
Get him, why not?
Yeah. There are elections. These are extraordinary circumstances. He is not a habitual offender. The Supreme Court says, while you disagree with this Honorable Supreme Court, the Supreme Court says that these are extraordinary circumstances. This will set a precedent that anybody who is in power, what they will do is that to curb the freedom of campaigning of an opponent, they'll catch hold of the opponent with Section 45 of PMLA and put behind bars. Every opposing member of political fraternity has the right to campaign and put the message across to the common man of the country. That's what the Honorable Supreme Court is saying.
You can let Delhi suffer. You can let Delhi suffer. Be an alleged person in the liquor scam and then say, I want to campaign, leaving Delhi high and dry. I mean, what are your priorities?
Please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Just a limited point on what you said. You cannot leave Delhi high and dry. You cannot sign documents.
Okay, listen to me.
You are not there for Delhi. You are pulled up by the Delhi High Court. You caused a loss of 2,000 crores as per the CAG estimate. And now you want to campaign. Arnab, look at the shamelessness here. Look at the presence. This man wants to be a neta. He doesn't want to govern.
That whatever
आप इनका लक्ष्य हमें नेतागिरी करनी है जनता की भाड़ में जनता की भाड़ में इन्हें नेतागिरी करनी है इन्हें बिजली से पानी से दिल्ली में बॉम्ब्स के
One minute, Karan, just wait. I can't hear both of you together. Karan, wait a minute. Wait a minute here.
Now,
Akashdeep, tell me one thing, and let's address the issue here, right? The central argument being presented by the Supreme Court is this, that I am a politician and I need to do a campaign.
Exactly.
That is the point. I've understood it. I am a politician and I'm a well-known man. Do you think a well-known man like me is going to disappear? I am a politician. I am a well-known man, right? And I may be accused of a terrible crime, but you have to look at the situation of timing, that there's an election going on and I have to be allowed to do my job. Okay? Now, tell me, a doctor or a teacher will face a similar situation tomorrow. 1 minute. How would you say that the doctor's job of saving patients' lives or the teacher's job of teaching young students is less important than that of a politician who has to campaign? This is the only issue. The Supreme Court will have to explain to the people of the country whether it agrees with that argument. That is the only argument. You can't say the timing. Every timing is important for everyone. No. How?
Listen to me. Enforcement gave the same argument what you are giving. And Supreme Court said that general election happened once in 5 years and quoting the Honorable Supreme Court. He wants to campaign and we have to
tomorrow, 1 minute. Tomorrow, 1 minute. Piyush is on the debate. Let's open it up back. Piyush is back. No, I'll get Piyush back. Piyush, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Tomorrow, if you say, viewers, here is the nature of the argument. You people, don't you understand this is a general election and it happens once in 5 years. So tomorrow, if a cricketer carries out a murder and then he says that, my lords, there is a World Cup going on. So what if I murdered someone? Do you know how important a World Cup is? It comes once every few years. Let me play the World Cup and I'll come back. Give me interim bail.
Now, can I respond?
No, suppose a doctor, a very, very important doctor, is caught in an act of corruption, right? The doctor will say that, my lord, do you understand? I'm the only doctor who can do this complex surgery. And these kind of surgeries don't happen every day. I'm the only person who can save the person's life. Let me out on bail.
Now, can I...
One minute. Just 1 minute. Suppose there's a pilot. The pilot says, my lord, there's a pilot strike going on. I have to go and fly my plane. That the court will say, no, you can't be allowed to do that. What a ridiculous argument. But the pilot will say, but Arvind Kejriwal was given bail because he said he's the chief minister who has to campaign. This is the ultimate VIP card being played in the highest court of the country. Yes, defend that. Defend the ridiculousness of that. Yes, Piyush.
Okay. So, amusing as it may be,
it's not amusing, it's real.
No, it's
you think it won't be used?
Now, let me clarify why.
You think it won't be used? You think it won't be used? No, you think it won't be used?
Baba, let me respond. I got your questions, right? So kindly allow me to make my limited point. All I am saying is Kejriwal ji guilty. The way you are asking questions is as if the Kejriwal ji has already been found guilty of corruption. Kejriwal ji is already found guilty of money laundering. He is still an accused. Evidences, the Honorable Court has not even started the examination of evidences as far. It is all in the prima facie land that the...
that is not the point. That is not the point.
That is exactly
That is not the point. That is not the point. Tomorrow, by that logic, Manish Sisodia will also say, I am also an important leader, my lord. And Hemant Soren will say, I am also an important leader. I should also be allowed. Sab nikal jayenge. Campaigning के नाम पे सब निकल जाएंगे.
Can I make a brief point, please?
You are misleading the nation.
Using fabricated facts.
You're misleading the nation by saying that.
Concocted arguments. No. So this is what you are going to get. You
can I
put
make a
chief
point,
ministers
please?
behind bars on imaginary cases, so this
Can
is
I
what
make
you are
a
going
small
to get,
point,
because
please?
you hardly have any evidence.
So why do you think, Piyush, 1 minute, Savios, just Karan 1 minute, Karan 1 minute. Viewers, these kind of arguments are being put, and at this point of time, what I do, viewers, I sort of simplify the argument, I don't complexify it, I'll simplify it. My simple point is that if every person who commits a crime says they have a job, the Supreme Court cannot say that your job is less important or somebody else's job is more important than others. That is what it comes down to. Everybody, you think tomorrow the NGO types will not go and say that I have to do my NGO job? No. First of all, last of all, that is the only argument here.
Submitting or being pronounced guilty. It is if a person is accused of crime, his case is yet to be examined, evidences are yet to be heard.
But do you understand how dangerous this card is? Are Baba, please understand the majority of people in jail in India are under trials. Everybody was doing some job or the other before.
They are given bail. They are given bail.
No, they are not given bail. 1 minute. Okay. Chill. Now listen to me. Listen, what are those?
Whole thing.
No, 1 minute.
This is an interim bail for an event. And what has Justice Datta said? Just Arnab, let me quote this. We thought of considering the issue of interim bail only on account of elections. Otherwise, there was no question of it. So why make an exception because of an event? He doesn't deserve the bail. This is Justice Datta saying. Only we are considering because of election. So should every under trial get a bail on that basis? How ridiculous would that be? What sort of precedent are we setting? Every under trial prisoner can tomorrow join a political party and say we have something important.
No, you are creating
He's seeking a bail to campaign. To hell with the people of Delhi for him. To hell with the people of Delhi for Arvind Kejriwal. He is interested in campaigning. He wants to be a neta. He doesn't want to govern. Not once did he say, I want to come out for the people of Delhi. Even the justice, even Supreme Court said, you cannot behave as a CM when you come out, even if you come out. You cannot sign files. But look at this Aam Aadmi today, who wants this caste treatment, clinging onto his chair when he cannot even be a CM. Imagine, Arnab, the brutal irony of this man. Today, he cannot be a CM, he cannot sign documents, but he wants to cling onto this chair and he wants to campaign. The joke today is on the common people.
Can I bring some facts on the table?
No. I would just set this in precedent. I would just like to set this in a little bit of perspective tonight, viewers. See, let's be very, very sensible about what we are saying here. If you want to get bail, you'll have to prove there is no case against you. By the way, on a lighter note, nobody asked me, Arnab, do you have a job? When Uddhav Thackeray got me arrested, everyone on, did anybody say, I seem to be the only jobless person, because nobody asked. At that time, Arvind Kejriwal was very happy. Oh, Arnab got arrested. Excellent. Are Baba, Arvind Kejriwal, more people follow me than you in the country. Everybody watches my 9 o'clock show. Did anybody say? When I was summoned, they summoned me and kept questioning me 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, 20 hours. Did anybody say Arnab has a show to do? He has a network to run? No. But Arvind Kejriwal has a job. No, Akashdeep, it's a ridiculous argument. Listen to me. Now, what is this argument? Okay, viewers, I'll talk to you. Bahut ho gaya. Bahut ho gaya. I'll tell you one thing. What is this? It is not the job, you must understand, of the Honorable. Everyone on, please. It is not the job of the Honorable Highest Court of the country to be furthering the political career of Arvind Kejriwal.
Yes.
He should have thought about that before he carried out the scam.
Now let me tell you what Justice Khanna said today.
On the Supreme Court
he
of
said
India.
on the basic.
That's a big charge.
No, wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute.
No. I'll tell you one thing. One. People are saying, Arnab, why are you talking about yourself? 1 minute. I'll tell you why I'm talking about myself. Because I got bail when Justice Chandrachud said there is no case on Arnab. There is prima facie no case. Let the honorable judges say there is no case on Kejriwal and release him. But no. Should Harish Salve have gone to court for me and said, my lordship's Arnab is the most watched journalist in the country, give him bail? Would the court have listened to me with that ridiculous question?
Can we talk on the merits?
No, why? What? No, I'm talking about merits. What about the merits of the case? The central argument being made is that he's got a campaign. Well, Savio's got to run a media house. No, everybody has a job. You are undermining the common sense of people in this country with this kind of argument.
That 100 crore was the
Why
proceed
the
of crime.
Supreme Court
How
is
did it
entitled
become
to an opinion?
1100 crore
That
in 2 to
opinion
3
of
years?
the
This question
Supreme
is very
Court,
good.
I'm afraid,
On the
is
merits of the case.
bordering on creating a precedent of absurdity if they are going to look at the job of a chief minister in light of a job of any other criminal or alleged
actually getting a lot
criminal
of feedback, this.
that is going through a trial. And that's exactly a bad precedent. And I was shocked when I heard it. Because
Should I open the lines on this one?
Is
I
you're
open the lines.
comparing the chief minister of a particular state. It does not matter whether it's Arvind Kejriwal right now. What matters is that you're saying that the chief minister's position, which is a job, is higher than any other alleged criminal, and therefore for election purposes, he is supposed to be given an interim bail. I think it borders on a precedent that is going to open up a Pandora's box, a can of worms, and it is, in my humble opinion, absurd to consider the chief minister who is in service of people to be different from every other person who is working for a job and working for a living. The chief minister is doing a job, he is elected, he is a representative of the people. He is not above the people. So the laws are the same for everyone.
No, I realize now.
Today we are changing the laws for ministers.
No, I realize now that I missed out on something. Because when I was put in jail wrongly for a case which did not exist, as Justice Chandrachud said, I should have said in the court, I should have asked Mr. Salve or asked my lawyers to speak to Mr. Salve and say that, Mr. Salve, 430 million people follow the Republic Media Network, he has to be given bail. Do you think anybody would have looked at me? Yes, a VVIP culture you want to have? I condemn this attitude, and I'm sure the court will see through it. Now, court has a right to say... No, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one. Just point being is this. We have 75% of people who are under trials, Piyush. Everybody has some job or the other. This is becoming arrogant. Let's get RP Singh also on the debate. No, and all of them are not habitual offenders. When Dr. Singhvi says he's not a habitual offender, and Justice Singh, Dr. Abhishek Singhvi is then giving the election schedule. He's saying there are elections in Punjab, you release him for that first, and then there are elections in Delhi, you release him for that first. They're like giving instructions to the court, and then saying democracy is the basic structure of democracy. Well, the economy also runs on people who carry out the economy. Tomorrow, should CEOs be given bail because they have a board meeting to attend? RP Singh?
Precisely.
Tomorrow, some CEO will say, I have a board meeting to attend. Release me.
Another more serious issue. Rajkumar Anand, their MLA and a former minister in Delhi, quitted Aam Aadmi Party ministership, MLA-ship, and has joined BSP. There are 7 ministries which are still without a person to head those ministries. There's no minister for those 7 portfolios. But Kejriwal is not worried about Delhiites. He's worried about his elections. I mean, he should quit as a chief minister so that someone should take charge and accept his resignation, forward that to the President of India so that new person can be appointed for those 7 portfolios. That's more important if he's concerned about Delhiite. But he's not. He's just concerned for his personal freedom, for his personal political campaigning.
Now, in this country, who decides whether to grant bail or not? Is it me who decides? Is it you who decides? Is it Arnab who decides? It is basically the judiciary of the country which is to decide upon the matter whether or not to grant bail.
Of course, I agree with you.
You cannot just go on television.
I agree with you. It is the courts to decide.
The basis here, Mr. Piyush, we are discussing the basis here. Just because you want to campaign, everybody has a specific role. And what sort of precedents are we looking at here? Is justice less important to someone's work? Someone's important work?
This is what is that? You can have your own disagreements, but there is a system in this country. The judiciary decides whether or not to grant bail, and what are the merits and demerits of the case. Decide upon the
He's not getting a bail on the merits. He is being thought of for interim bail.
If the judiciary decides not to give bail, so be it.
He is not getting a bail, first of all. This is an interim bail, which is only under consideration because of elections. As per words of Justice Datta.
No, but he is getting... one minute.
Why should it be a criteria?
No, Karan, 1 minute. He is getting interim bail because he is coming up with a heart-wrenching story that, my lord, I am a contributor to Indian democracy. And the only way I can contribute to Indian democracy is by campaigning in the elections in Punjab and Delhi. Everybody contributes to the country some way or the other. Piyush, this is a terrible argument.
Arnab, when the Supreme Court refused the bail of Manish Sisodia ji, we did not say कि भाई आपने ये decision कैसे ले लिया?
No. 1 minute. That is wholly different. The Manish Sisodia case is wholly different. Wholly and completely different. The Manish Sisodia case was on the case itself. 1 minute. Please understand, there's a difference between parole and bail.
Yes.
If today he's saying, I'm seeking parole. 1 minute. He's saying, I'm seeking parole. He can say, I'm seeking parole. And in my parole period also, I will not be allowed to do my job, because you're basically allowing a special opportunity to a person whose career you see as special. The dangerous precedent in the argument is that if on this reason, and I repeat, if on this reason Arvind Kejriwal gets bail, then everybody in the country will have a feeling that politicians are number one first-class citizens, everybody is a second-class citizen. It's as clear as that. Am I right, Savio?
What about the merits of the case?
Please.
What do you talk about?
I'll run the poll also.
Representative of the people. They have to uphold the law. They cannot be above the law.
Savio, have you gone through the proceedings of the court today?
Every
when the Supreme Court asks,
Savio, louder audio checks.
Because I have to do my job. I am an elected representative of the people. You gave Arvind Kejriwal bail. Please give me bail now. It is a bad precedent, and it is not advisable to walk down this path. Arvind Kejriwal is the chief minister of a state. He represents the people of that state. He is not above the people of that state.
Whether Arvind Kejriwal gets out and decimates Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi, that is what you are afraid of. Abhi kahan bail diya bhaiya? Ab abhi se hi Supreme Court.
My friend, we are talking about the law. Stick into the ambit of the law. Don't create a bad precedent. Don't make the politician above the people. Arvind Kejriwal came here on the basis of a common man, and today he wants to treat himself as a caste man, not an Aam Aadmi, but a caste man. That cannot be allowed.
Have you got the calls live? Are you getting the calls?
We cannot set a precedent where a chief minister is allowed to get interim bail because he wants to go and participate or take part in elections. It's not correct. Because if you do that for him, you should do that for every other citizen, every other alleged criminal who's facing a trial. Why this exception for Arvind Kejriwal? He is an alleged criminal. He is an alleged criminal and has to be treated like an alleged criminal. He cannot get a special privilege.
If not the judicial,
it will set a bad precedent. It will set a very bad precedent. We must not walk down this path.
Look, Savio, I have disagreed on many aspects. When it comes to the alleged liquor policy of the Delhi government.
You answer just one question. Is Arvind Kejriwal above the law and above the common people? Yes or no?
We all run. The country.
Is Arvind Kejriwal above the law, above the common people?
The country does not run on imagination. The country does not run on whims and fancies.
It's not about whims and fancies. It's about setting a precedent.
Me or anybody
You're not answering my question. You're not answering the question whether he's above the law and whether he's above the people.
Certainly he is not above the law.
He represents the people.
He would have been out. But the
If he represents the people, then why aren't people who belong to other jobs, who are
No, but I think since Arvind Kejriwal is represented by a very accomplished lawyer, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, then I suggest if he's so confident about it, let him make the following argument. Let him say, my lords, I have got a top lawyer called Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and since the Aam Aadmi cannot get Abhishek Manu Singhvi to represent them, I would like Abhishek Manu Singhvi to make an argument on behalf of all people who have important jobs to do. because I joined politics saying I will speak for the people, not for myself. So then in that case, Arvind Kejriwal should say, my lords, not only should I be given on, put out on bail, my lords must decide who else has similar jobs as important as mine. I may have a job of campaigning, but the others also have jobs to do. There may be a person who is a teacher, and all the juveniles who are put in various homes, who have committed crimes, they also have schools to attend, examinations to give. They must also be released. Doctors, surgeons, teachers, journalists, everybody has a job to do, right? Even a jobless person has the job to go out and try and get employment for his family. And hence Arvind Kejriwal should speak about the aspect of precedence out here. Because I protest against this complete arrogance of going and saying that I am a chief minister and it's election time. So what? So what?
Exactly.
It does not put you in a position of privilege. I am a chief minister, election time, I need to be given bail. Forget the rest of the people and say forever in this country, let the law of this country record the fact that chief ministers are more important than others.
Live as a common man.
Okay. This argument...
This is a kind of insult and privilege that
I admire the patience of the honourable judges to be hearing this kind of argument.
First of all, he's an Aam Aadmi.
Yes, Piyush can counter me. Piyush.
You make up your mind whether you're trying to quote the Honorable Judiciary or Honorable Supreme
Piyush and RP.
Or you are trying to quote the law of Kejriwal. I fail to understand what you are trying. First
Piyush
of all,
the gangster who's in jail for the nomination
what argument
and said protesting election.
And then you are saying what argument Abhishek Manu Singh make.
Piyush is on the way. Piyush.
Let it be decided by Abhishek Manu Singh what he wants to say. Let it be decided by the Honorable Judiciary or the Honorable Supreme Court of India on what merits and demerits do they want to adjudicate the case. Or you make up your mind whether you want to coach Abhishek Manu Singh or whether you want to coach the Honorable Supreme Court of the country. Because I don't think there are any takers for your coaching as far as Abhishek Manu Singh or the Supreme Court is concerned. They are going to adjudicate based on the merits and demerits of the case and not according to what you are trying to say on this channel or what your poll says.
Allow him then, by the precedent which you have set, by giving a bail to Mr. Kejriwal to go and campaign.
They may very well say that this decision cannot be used as a precedent. Why this Allah, yaar? They can very well say that this judgment, this decision cannot be used as a precedent.
How can it not be? Law is all about setting a precedent. Okay. Now another argument comes. I have a caller, Charu Pragya, also joining the debate. It's a very strong debate tonight. I'm surprised the kind of feedback we're getting. Hi, Charu. This is, this is really, astonishing debate that Arvind Kejriwal says, I'm a chief minister, I have to campaign. It's an important job. Not that he's saying others are not important, but by implication. The implication is tomorrow that a chief minister is a very important job of campaigning. MLA will have little less. Corporator will have little less. And ordinary other people like us have no important jobs to do. Charu Pragya on the debate before I go to my first caller tonight. Charu.
Good evening, Arnab. Beyond laughable, I'm a lawyer. And I cannot imagine any court entertaining a plea as laughable as this one. When you were charged with corruption, you did not think that you were a chief minister. When you defied summon after summon, you didn't remember you were a chief minister. When you turn up and make ridiculous statements, you didn't remember you were a chief minister. Your wife actually made a mockery out of both you and your political party. You didn't remember you were a chief minister. Do you remember that?
He remembers you
All
forgot
he
that.
had become is a meme right now, Arnab, and he wants to set a precedent as terrible as that in a country with a democracy as vibrant as India.
He remembers you forgot
What
that
he
is a duly elected chief minister.
Do what you want, and if it's election time, a good reason to get bail is that I want to campaign. I want to pretend that I'm some kind of a martyr. You're not a martyr. You're an accused, and you're an accused in a case where you have stolen from the people of Delhi. You're an accused in a case where you have stolen from the people of Delhi at the time
He's
of COVID.
accused in a case based on false statements.
People were dying
He's
for
accused
lack
in a
of
case
oxygen.
based on fabricated
You were
evidence.
worried about alcohol. That's
He's
the
accused
extent
in a
of your
case
crime.
based on vendetta politics.
I believe
He's
that
accused in
no
a case
court
based
in my
on
country
blackmailing
should be
enforcement
entertaining a plea like that
directorate.
at all.
He's accused
And I
in a
cannot
case
imagine how any
based on a
sane person
statement made
in this
by a person
country
who is
can defend a
donated
plea
55
like that.
crores to the Bharatiya Janata Party in electoral bonds.
Taking over me is
He's
not going to
accusing-
help,
you know,
right?
These are the facts of the matter. And that
No,
is
I'm
that
telling
that
you
is
the
the
facts
case
of
that
the matter. Why is it that a court has chosen not to give him bail till now? Why is that? Why is
That
that?
is not the
that
court
his
to
aides
decide.
have
That
been
is not
kept
for you or
behind
me to
bars for
decide.
over
That
a
is
year? Why
that
is
is all
that?
I have been trying to
Why is
say.
that a money trail of over 350 crore has been established to the coffers of the Aam Aadmi Party, and you still feel justified that because it is
Who
election time
decides
you
that,
should be
Baba?
out?
यही तो
on
मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Who decides that? We live in a system.
Okay,
Who
viewers,
decides whether or not to grant
I'm going to a
electoral
caller.
independence?
My first caller, Karthik Patel, is on the call. Karthik, hi.
Hi.
What do you think?
My name is Karthik Patel. I'm from Mumbai itself. I just want to have one simple question. If I'm a normal person who's caught in drunken drive, simple drunken drive, I'm just telling you simple drunken drive, there is 4 days of judiciary, 4 days of jail, which I have been through. Okay, it was my mistake, I understand that. And a common person like Kejriwal, Narendra Modi, Karthik Patel is all the same. He's an Indian citizen.
Precisely.
Our laws should be everywhere the same. Simple as that.
Precisely. I'm telling you, Karthik, this is getting so dangerous. But
This pro-AAP, which now, Arnab, I'm a very big fan of yours. I'm so sorry, but like I could not say anything. Law is for everybody, and it's the same, you know. That is it. That's it.
you got your TV on. Put that down, otherwise there'll be a delay. We'll miss talking to each other, Karthik. But I got your point. I think you make a solid point. I'm going to get a couple of other callers also in. See, Piyush, this is a bad one. This is going to bounce back on you. I'm not going to say what the court is going to do, but the court is going to have to address this one issue of the precedent being set here. Right, Savio?
I agree.
It's a precedent-wala issue.
Petition behind back today.
Completely.
They will ask for the
You know,
same
Piyush,
ground.
what you're really
All
saying,
of them
and
must
I'm
bear the
saying
same
sad
ground.
because you
Whether
are
Mr.
a
Patel is
knowledgeable
going to get a
person.
bail or not,
What
who
you're
is
really
deciding?
accepting is a
One more
really
caller.
bad precedent. It is not about Arvind Kejriwal alone. It is about every other minister that will utilize this
Whether
when
Mr.
they
Patel,
are
your
involved in
caller,
alleged crime.
gets a
And
bail or
Piyush,
not,
that's where the
who's
problem
going to
is.
decide it? Now, the
You're an
judiciary is going
intelligent
to
man.
decide
Please
it.
understand the point we are making. I'm sure you understand.
Please, I think, Karthik,
but you
I
have
think-
to
I
defend
think- I
the
think-
AAP, so you will defend the AAP.
Yeah.
But you are going to open a Pandora's box.
Yeah, it's a Pandora's
and
box
that
issue.
Pandora's box is going to wreak havoc.
Okay, one more caller.
As
Ashok
far
Kumar is
as
calling in. I think he's calling from Malappuram. Ashok, hi.
Hi, good evening, Arnab.
Good evening.
And I am speaking from Malappuram district, Kerala.
Yes.
My point of view is that, first of all, when he was arrested and the case was going on, the main problem is that he should not act still as a chief minister. He should have resigned. But having said so, nobody understood the law properly, that anybody accused is continuing in the top position and is allowed to exercise his powers from the jail. So naturally, justice will be denied, right? So my viewpoint is that should be the point of view from all the people.
Okay, I only got to say this is going to be a really hot debate, viewers. And I think Kejriwal should pull back that argument. He should say, no, my lords, I got it wrong. I'm understanding here. This is going to be terrible for the people in the country. It's going to be a letdown for people in different occupations. I'm going to be trying to establish myself as more important than others. I'm just giving my point of view. Who are we to advise the Honorable Supreme Court of the country? They know the importance, and the bench of Justices Sanjeev Khanna and Dipankar Datta will pass the order perhaps on Friday. We're going to keep tracking this. Public debate. Couple of calls tonight. It was interesting. Can I be allowed a 30-second quick Securite commercial break and then come back on the big debate exclusive where Swapan Dasgupta will reveal how he was censored by the New York Times, and the bigger story of what that reveals, ladies and gentlemen, the inherent bias of media organizations who claim to be preaching to all of us. Swapan Dasgupta is joining me on a debate exclusive in 30 seconds.
Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Scratch resistant also.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile lad.
IM Plus technology से बने world class tiles.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the debate. We're having a great show tonight. A lot of heat, and a lot of people said that Arvind Kejriwal's making a mistake by making the VIP argument in the court. And tonight, on the debate exclusive, I have with me Swapan Dasgupta, top editor, fantastic journalist, columnist, controversial man, has been High Commissioner of India to Britain. He's a right-wing ideologue, some people say, former Rajya Sabha member of Parliament, now a BJP leader, wears too many hats. Just too many hats, Swapan Dasgupta, but wears them very, very casually. I have always regarded him like you have for his columns and his political analysis. So it was no surprise today when the New York Times commissioned him through an email to write an opinion piece on the quote-unquote appeal of Prime Minister Modi. Okay, so let me explain what this story is about. The appeal of the PM's BJP movement, or something to that effect, whatever that means. They even stated in the email that the opinion piece they wanted Swapan Dasgupta to write was how, quote unquote, Narendra Modi has been the choice of millions of Indian voters. Though the Western media, quote, creates an adverse perception. Now, after the piece was written and sent, the New York Times decided to drop the piece and informed Swapan Dasgupta that this did not suit their political/editorial line. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me the person who has stirred the storm. Swapan Dasgupta tonight will expose the reality of the censorship by the New York Times, which has positioned itself as the beacon of free speech. Swapanda, welcome. I want to begin by saying that I'm always hungry for exclusive, and I would love it if you would give me that column that was censored for me to publish on republicworld.com. If you choose to,
I'll do that. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love that. And I put it up tonight, big headlines, it'll go viral, fantastic. We're trying to get all the traction we can get on Republic World. Swapanda, what happened? What did you write? Tell us the story.
Well, the point is, Arnab, it was, the connection with the New York Times was made by an Indian writer who's actually pretty hostile to Narendra Modi, but whom I've known in Britain for a long time. And he said, why don't you write? I said, well, will they be even interested? He said, well, just wait. And so I got this email around March the 5th from a person who claims to be a person who solicits opinion pieces. And I did nothing about it for about 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
And then again, he reminded me, can we have an article from you? And I said, okay, fine. And he said, can you give us a potted version of what it is? And he'd stated all the premises, which you said. They wanted to know what is the basis of Narendra Modi's popularity in India. And there was a tacit admission that perhaps the Western media hadn't got it right. So it's understandable. Someone is wanting to know the other side of the picture. So I wrote one, which really had all the usual pieces. I wouldn't say it was phenomenally original, but it at least tried to explain to a Western audience what exactly was the basis of Narendra Modi's things and how he appealed to the Indian psyche. Now, the gentleman concerned got it and said, fine, thanks. Let me consult my colleagues over a video conference. He consulted his colleagues and came back. I'm sorry, we can't proceed with this. If you want to tell me what it is, why it is so, I said, no, don't worry about it. Don't bother about it. I can understand. It's your editorial judgment. So he wrote back, thank you for being so understanding. And that was where the whole thing is. Now, the whole point is, here was a man who tried to get a rounded sense of what is happening in Indian politics by giving the views of someone who's not hostile to Narendra Modi. But so entrenched is the editorial board of New York Times with its own prejudices and its own certitudes that it will not countenance anything, even though it may have commissioned a piece. So I find this utterly galling. It's not merely that I sent an unsolicited piece. It's not merely that the arguments which I had sent to them took them by surprise. In fact, they said, could you also address this question of democracy? I said, certainly I'll address that question of democracy. So it was an engagement. And you don't want to proceed with it once because you don't want your paper, your publication, to be sullied by an article which tries to explain that Indian politics is not what a few liberals in America and India tend to think it is, that it's got a far greater base.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So basically, did you present a reasonable argument, you think, in your piece? Because I've always felt, Swapanda, that if anybody paints a very vicious, saber-rattling, vicious, frothing at the mouth kind of argument to defend why Narendra Modi is so popular, it may be more acceptable to these people in the Western media, it would sort of suit their own caricaturized understanding of Indian politics. But if someone were to talk about the welfare scheme, the appeal among voters, the economic measures, the reform measures against the exploitation of women, the women's reservation bill, and the centrist Hindu right position that Hindus have equal opportunities, minorities are not discriminated, that it's not true. And if you put up this argument in a reasonable way, then it puts the other side, the Western media, on the defensive, because they might worry that. So I'm very interested to know the content of your piece broadly also.
Yeah, I'll send you the article. But what I think what really got their goat was the fact that I first tried to make out, or my assertion was that India has seen the demise of an old elite. And that ancien regime, which consisted of people who were cosmopolitan, who were perhaps a bit anglicized, etc., have been replaced by a very, very new type of people who are more rooted and are perhaps more vernacular in their orientation. And it's very important to understand that. Secondly, I also had that argument that often in India, we have someone who's a warrior, who's elevated. And in some respects, there are aspects of Narendra Modi which remind people that he's like Shivaji, or, I didn't use the word Shivaji because it's to an audience which may not know it, but the warrior idiom. And on top of that, what Modi has done, he's superimposed a saintly idiom. The reason why I give this sort of thing is because it's important to understand that it's not merely Modi is accepted as a leader. Over the past 10 years, gradually he's acquired a cult status. And I think it's very important for an overseas audience to actually understand that it's not based out of irrationality, that it's not based on Indians suddenly going mad in the midday sun, that it's based on a combination of various things. And performance and delivery is one of the most important things. Plus, I believe that you are upholding India and you're reclaiming the inheritance of India. Now, these are sort of arguments which we within the country are quite familiar with. Unfortunately, I believe that there is a large Western audience which has chosen not to regard this in any sympathetic manner or even in a way in any form of trying to comprehend it. And if you say that if you have a language which is not terribly rabid, it defies a caricature, that could well be it, but that is a matter of conjecture.
I think they're caught in a bind, if you ask me. Viewers, what we are talking about, in case you're just joining this live conversation on the Debate Exclusive, is with Swapan Dasgupta. On the face of it, a very innocent story. A veteran journalist, well-regarded person called Swapan Dasgupta gets a call from the New York Times. Can you write an article for us? Someone called Dan Martin writes to him, we'd love to have a thought-provoking piece on the appeal of Prime Minister. And then he again says in April that I want to, sort of commission this piece. Swapan Dasgupta writes an article, and then he's told that this does not suit the editorial policy of the New York Times, so it is put in the bin. Now, viewers, why are we talking about it on the debate? Because the fact is that many of you people consume, all of us, you, me, viewers, all of us, we consume a lot of Western media. And sometimes there is a problem in our country, Swapanda, sorry I'm editorializing a little bit, that anything written by a foreign publication is seen to be correct. And anything put out on a republic is seen to be rabidly right-wing. This is the kind of perception that has been built. Now, when someone like Swapan Dasgupta writes a piece, he puts a rational piece. And do you know, Swapanda, why they want you to write? Because the whole world is talking about India. Their problem is that the country that is going to lead the world is ruled by a political party and an individual who they cannot fathom, cannot understand, and who they have caricatured for the last 10 years. So when a Swapan Dasgupta puts a reasonable argument presenting the democratic rise of the BJP and Narendra Modi, they can't stand it. They can't stand it. It does not fit their political snake charmers' view of this country. So that's my take on it. Swapanda, how do you view it? I mean, I'm sure the funny thing is you're contacted by all these people.
Yeah, right? These days I'm a little more circumspect about who to answer and who not to answer, because sometimes they're sort of silly or sometimes rather minefield of questions. Like I got contacted this afternoon by an Australian thing who says, can we have your views on the BJP succession planning? I said, look, we're in the midst of an election. We're in the midst of an election where I think who is going to be the BJP's leader or possibly the Prime Minister is not in doubt. Isn't it a bit premature or wrong to even consider the question of succession planning at this point? He said, no, we are thinking of after the elections. But it's not so innocent. Look, the moment someone says something that I feel that X is, a good chap or someone says, it's going to be twisted in such a way. Our confidence, our faith, our trust in the Western media has been eroded completely, and I think irredeemably. It'll take a lot of time. Remember in 2014, you had for the first time The Economist, a venerable publication, which is very good in terms of its understanding of world economic currents. The Economist actually sending out that we endorse Rahul Gandhi for being the next Prime Minister, not because we like him very much, partly because we dislike Narendra Modi so much. And Modi hadn't even been Prime Minister then. So you have this sort of innate prejudice. Now, how does this prejudice come about? This prejudice comes about partly because there exists a certain tribe of Indians who feed their irrelevance into the Western psyche. I'm not necessarily blaming everything on a sort of imperial understanding of what happens. That's got something to do with it. But more than that, it's the belief that there is a pure India which is being subverted by Narendra Modi. And that pure India should actually wallow in a bit of poverty. It should have chaos. It shouldn't have order. its trains should somehow be 6 hours, 12 hours late. That's part of it, the charm, the exotic appeal of India. Now, that exotic appeal of India has somehow gone out of the window in this. And therefore, there is, they are caught in very contradictory impulses, as you rightly pointed out, between promoting the snake charmer view of India and at the same time seeing India as one of the technological leaders of the world, someone who can send a moon mission, and trying to reconcile both is proving very, very difficult. I can understand, I can sympathize with the problems, but I think it is necessary for some people to have a slightly open mind about this. And I think that open-mindedness is lacking at present.
Yeah, completely and truly so. Swapan Dasgupta, you remember you were also questioned by the BBC, and another thing I want you to talk about is that they look for that random quote from you to sort of balance their pieces. These people are very biased. What they do is they have a prepared plan. They want to say that India is terrible, it's moving towards electoral autocracy, Narendra Modi is a bad person, and BJP is bad, and Rahul Gandhi is good, and everything earlier was good, but the bad people are unfortunately there, so we'll try and take to balance the piece one view among several. So embedded somewhere within the piece will be one quote from Swapan Dasgupta. So they sort of balance the piece. But you're too smart for that, Swapanda. You're too smart for that.
Sometimes you've been sort of taken for a ride, and I suspect that on the BBC one, I went there on the understanding, and what they told me was they were going to have a record interview on on what Narendra Modi has done in the past 9-10 years. And when I went there, it was not about that. It was really about Gujarat, what is almost something, which went back to 2002, 2003. It was all questions about that. So sometimes there are attempts made to actually, bring you into a conversation unwittingly and get you to say something and maybe quote that out of context.
Yeah.
So which is why sometimes I become a bit more wary these days. The earlier feeling, the indulgence with which I get people has gone now.
Swapanda, I'm going to call you next to visit the studios where I'm building. This is Asia's largest news complex, Swapanda. I can tell you we are much grander, bigger than the headquarters of the BBC or Al Jazeera. You'll be proud of what we are building just on the outskirts of the National Capital Region. My own view, Swapanda, and I'd love, because I started my career, remember, with you when I came to you looking for a job in 1996 or 5 to be precise, when you were at the Indian Express. I know you believe the only solution is, Swapanda, that we should have a global network and a global presence of our own.
Absolutely.
I think we are far too entrepreneurial not to do that. We have to have our own voice.
We haven't had our own voice at all.
Yeah.
We've depended too much, partly because we also haven't invested enough in news gathering. We haven't acquired expertise of foreign lands, etc. Various factors. It's about time we break out of that insularity and actually take on the world, because I think we are capable of doing it.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it, Swapanda. We're going to do it. Thank you. That was so interesting, that conversation, Swapanda. That's Swapan Dasgupta. Oh, by the way, can you WhatsApp me that piece? Republicworld.com is going to put it out ASAP. I would love to get the WhatsApp, and believe me, I'll put it up. It's going to go viral, ladies and gentlemen. Republicworld.com, in case you want to hear see and read what he wrote. Swapan Dasgupta. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the way I see it. It's such an interesting show, this new format. I started tonight with the Muslim quota, and I'm ending with this startling story of censorship by the New York Times of Swapan Dasgupta, no else. And I have one thought to leave you with, viewers, just one thought. How come the same frauds in the Western media, the libtards and the pseudos, don't attack the Congress party for demanding the Muslim quota? Is having a Muslim quota a liberal thing to do? Does the New York Times and the Washington Post and all the others and Al Jazeera believe there should be a Muslim quota in the United States of America? Will the Guardian agree to start a 5% or 10% Muslim quota in the United Kingdom? The fact is that they won't. They'll only preach to us. And will the Al Jazeera, which is mute on the Muslim quota, agree for a quota for higher representation of people from India or Bangladesh who are working in Qatar and elsewhere in the Middle East? They won't, because they know that this will divide their country. But the same Al Jazeera, Owaisi and Rahul Gandhi will do everything possible to divide India, to divide Bharat. And that is why I believe that in the election of 2024, the right voices and the reasonable voices who are against this religion-based politics of Owaisi and the Congress party, they begin to voice their conscience, act on their conscience and take a stand. That is the way I see it. And I shall see you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, on Super Prime Time, the debate with Arnab, Super Prime Time Max, the debate with Arnab till tomorrow evening. Brilliant to be with you. See you tomorrow once again. Good night and goodbye.
Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Scratch resistant also.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स। टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो।
चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Scratch resistant also.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स। टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो।
चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
With over 1,12,718 startups igniting innovation, driving digital growth, over 800 million internet users are bridging distances and strengthening bonds across the globe, making India the third largest digitalized country in the world, accounting for around 46% of the world's real-time digital transactions. To celebrate the makers and shakers behind Digital India and India's phenomenal digital yatra, Republic Business is delighted to bring its inaugural Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Easy to clean.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स। टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो।
Hotel Management with AI. Join International Institute of Hotel Management.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile? It's antibacterial.
Easy to clean.
But plates? Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्ल्ड क्लास टाइल्स। टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो।
चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Super Primetime Max, a new format which makes the debate more exciting, more interesting, more topical, more versatile, and gets you a whole range of subjects on the debate that you may have missed out had you not been on Super Primetime Max on the debate with Arnab. And ladies and gentlemen, I got a great feedback last night to the issues that we picked up. Some of you loved the format. There was a lot of interactivity, many people coming with their phones right up to the screens to scan the QR code, and I could see the numbers and the polling really jump, get wobbly at times, but eventually I got a sense of what the public opinion on the subject was. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'll go for the jugular once again because I don't believe in pulling my punches. I believe in going for the kill as far as the questions are concerned. I come to you on Super Primetime Max on the debate with Arnab this evening with a range of very, very interesting debates. And I've specifically and personally curated the show in such a way so that there is more meat, more content, more debate, and more exclusives. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very newsy day on my floor, and the big issue today has been the Muslim quota. Ladies and gentlemen, the Muslim quota is one big issue tonight, and I'm going to be dealing with it. But welcome to the debate this evening. On the lead this evening, ladies and gentlemen, the India Alliance has formally and officially and strongly demanded a Muslim quota. We all know what this means. It's going to change the nature of the 2024 election. They want a Muslim quota. And it is not some random leader, ladies and gentlemen, who has demanded a Muslim quota. Rahul Gandhi's official tutor and main man, the person who tutors him on caste and communal politics, the one and only Lalu Prasad, a person who does a lot more than cook mutton curry alone with Lalu and Rahul Gandhi, the same Lalu Prasad, whose entire political career has been synonymous with corruption and who is now Rahul Gandhi's official guru. You know what he's demanded today? He has demanded a complete Muslim quota. He calls it a hashtag Pura Muslim quota. A total Muslim quota is the demand of the Congress Party and the India Alliance. Viewers, they are not talking about hints or suggestions of a Muslim quota anymore. The India Alliance wants what they are calling a total Muslim quota across all of India. What do they want? What are they asking for? They're calling, in my view, ladies and gentlemen, for a second partition of India. They want a Hindu-Muslim divide. They want a Muslim quota to break our national unity. They want a Muslim quota because they are again desperate for the Muslim vote. They want a Muslim quota because they have done no good to Muslims and for Muslims for 70 years, so now they want to be first in the race to polarize them. And I say tonight, ladies and gentlemen, stand with me. Believe in me. Believe in Republic. I know you're a Republic believer. If you believe in me and if you believe my intention is correct, then join me in my hashtag tonight, which is unequivocally hashtag no Muslim quota. And I say no Muslim quota because Muslims need development, Muslims need opportunities, but Muslims do not need a quota nationally. And if you are truly secular and not pseudo-secular like Rahul and Owaisi and Lalu Prasad, then join me when I say no Muslim quota. Let's have a counter hashtag tonight. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get into the court of public opinion and say no more Muslim quota. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number one this evening. It's going to be an exciting show. Muslim appeasement, Muslim quota, Muslim politics. We know what the Indies' game plan is. Top Indie leader Lalu Prasad is revealing his strategy. I'm debating that at 8 p.m. tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Arvind Kejriwal uses a VIP card to try and get bail, but the Enforcement Directorate opposes interim bail to Arvind Kejriwal. The agency says that a chief minister cannot be treated like a VIP when it comes before the law. That's debate at 9 o'clock tonight. And Swapan Dasgupta's big expose of the Western media on the show tonight. Hear him narrate what happened with the New York Times. Swapan joins me at 9:40 p.m. and here are the headlines. Here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the debate tonight. It's out in the open. The India Alliance has demanded a pura Muslim quota, a total Muslim quota. Top Indi leader Lalu Prasad has revealed their strategy for a total Muslim quota across the country. Number one debate tonight.
मुसलमानों को आप लोग आरक्षण दे रहे हैं, ओबीसी का लेकर मुसलमानों को दे रहे हैं।
The Congress cannot believe that their sinister plan for a total Muslim quota across India is now in the open. Their manifesto hinted at it and worried about losing the Hindu vote. They were denying it, but now Rahul's guru, top Indi leader, has spilled the beans about a total Muslim quota.